Alright,
Okay, it's back. Fantastic.
let's see if we're live, guys.
Okay, so this is a new window.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, go YouTube's.
Yes, go to YouTube's.
Okay, I'm in the songs.
So we're just doing our usual checks, guys, making sure that everything is coming through okay. We'll be starting off with Nora Skander, this piece right here, which is looking pretty...
I think we covered that actually last week.
I thought this was the last thing we covered, wasn't it? I'm certain this was the last thing we covered.
Really? Okay.
Alright, we'll go to WAYPN Reviews.
I'll go to WAYPN Reviews.
Yep, click it.
Oh, there it is, live?
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, looks like we're good. Alright. For some reason, my cursor disappeared just before when we were starting, so it made us panic just a tad bit, so we wanted to start a bit earlier.
Welcome, Joe Paints. Yes. What are we doing?
Alright,
yes.
Shall we get to it?
Yep.
Alright. Let's start off
with
with Nora Skander.
Okay. I was finishing this bust as I was listening to WAYPN Review. Always good to have Larry as guest reviewer. Anyway, this is just my fun project. My printer has dead pixels now. Yeah, that's why his right hand is like that.
Oh, okay, I see. So you see how he's...
It's got that thingy, yeah, like little black spot.
Yeah.
Hey, Iskandar is here. Fantastic, very good. I can hear you. Very good.
Yes.
We want to be heard.
And sometimes seen.
Yes.
You're a gibbon.
Gibbon.
But yeah, no, I think it looks really great. Look, I don't know what to say, but I'd say that, like, I'm pretty proud that you powered through that, because for me, that would be very demoralizing if I had that. I'd just
honestly didn't even notice until he said something.
Yeah, no, I didn't until he said something, but I think I would have come to notice. But
yeah, you would have felt like, oh, this model is so severely incomplete. How am I to don't want to do it?
Yeah.
You know, but you did it anyway, and I think it's great.
So the only thing I would say is along here, see, this is meant to be sort of a view of the horizon sort of thing. I think doing just an edge of white along there to give it that sheen line.
Like the reflective visor kind of look. Yeah.
So when I look at it, I think this is a pretty high level piece. I really do. Like, I very much like the way that he's done the golds here.
Yes.
I would say that it's more than small stuff, Iskander. I would say that it is definitely more than small stuff. But, like, when I look at all of this, because I didn't get the dead pixels thing and when I was reading this last week.
Like you didn't know where that was.
Yeah, he's like, oh, it's got dead pixels, and I'm like...
I was like, I saw that little black spot on the hand, but I couldn't really understand
No,
what it
see,
was.
I was like looking at the scratches and something, and I was like,
what?
Just looks like scratches to me. But yeah, so I like the way he brings it all the way up to a white, and this is what we talk about with the with golds. Like, I do believe this is a non-metallic metal. Correct me if I'm wrong, Iskander, but see how, like, it's a relatively bright gold, but you see how, like, this, if we look at the darkest patches, it'll be quite black, right? Well, dark brown, and then you go up to that, and that's a pure white.
Yep.
Right? And this is...
true
metallic metal.
Oh,
yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
It looks good. But just things like this, like that's really good. I really like the way that he's done the badge on the head.
Yeah.
I think that the this is definitely one of the features that could be worked on the most, the face. The way that the stubble is integrated. So I do believe that he's stippled on the stubble or something like that. Because what I would do, right, is I would get the stubble by getting your flesh color, right, mixing it with a grey and applying it on as a glaze.
Yeah.
Because I think...
And then he can stipple it on a little bit here and there.
Sometimes.
Yeah, that white is silver.
Yeah, yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I think that the gloves are very well done, and the reason why I say that the gloves are very well done is because they, at no point in time have I actually paid any attention to them. And I know that sounds like not a compliment, but
it is, because like that means that it's so flawless that your brain doesn't even register as anything wrong with it.
Yeah.
And that's something that my graphic designers teachers would talk about a lot. Like, that's when you've made good design, when no one actually notices it, which is kind of ironic and sad and funny, but I get what he's saying when he says that.
Yeah. I think with the black, you might have gone up a bit too high.
I disagree. I think it still reads as black.
Oh, it still reads as black. I'm not saying it doesn't read as black, but I feel like it's still a bit too high here. Like, especially with... So, I like it here. You see, not as much here, but you see along here where you got that little sheen line, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's probably a rubber black, and this is probably like a mid-grey.
I don't know. I feel... I feel...
Bop? No?
No. I do think for me the only critique I will give is honestly, I love the golds that he's used for the head, the badge, the zipper, and the Captain America eagle thingy going in there. But I think it's too yellow for the pauldrons.
Well, no. So, like, this is...
gold.
So, I'll see if I can find a picture of Judge Dredd. And you'll see in the
oh, okay. So it's like
I'm gonna
okay, it's fine. I retract.
Yeah, I'm just gonna open this up.
Very yellow.
And we'll take a... So, like, here you can see that it's a very yellow gold.
Okay, fair
Yeah,
enough,
so like
fair enough.
I think he's just copying the source
Yeah,
material,
okay.
but this looks like either I think this looks to the Stallone version than the
comic book version.
No, I've forgotten what it's called. Dawnstone grain. I guess a mid grain. I'd say Dawnstone is almost a light grey.
I wouldn't know. I haven't taken a look at Dawnstone.
Okay, all right. So, let's move on from this one, because I don't think that we've said anything here where like there's anything else that we can really take into consideration.
Yeah, no, I think that's all the feedback I would give myself as well.
Yep. And of course, if you're a member, you can jump on here.
In the Discord.
I should. Can you send the link for this one in the Discord in the streams?
Okay.
And tell the members.
Okay. I will just say we are live now.
And maybe I should share the screen. Should I share the screen? I should share the screen.
Share the screen, please. Yep. Add member. We are live for Friday review. Already talked about first post of the week.
Alright, so. Who is this? I do not know this person.
It's me. It's me.
I think it's some guy with short hair.
I was mistaken to be a dude once.
Oh no.
In the ladies' bathroom.
Oh no.
The lady who was at the entrance of the bathroom, and she gasped. And I turned around, I was like, "Whoa, what happened?" And she was like, "Oh, okay." And I was like, "Oh shit. Did they think I was a guy?" And I felt so demoralized after that.
Oh no. Oh no.
Happened in Japan of all places. I could have been in big trouble. Anyway, Testy Vespid and his buddies are finally done. Super happy with the result after putting them all together. Let me know your thoughts on this scheme. My favorite part was pin oil washing. It was so easy to do. I'd never really done it before. Oh my god, yes.
Hello, Rumble Room.
Hey, Rumble.
If you want to join us on the Discord.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I like how we can actually for once in our lives see the
iridescence.
yeah, because like you can see on the other side that it doesn't show at all.
Yeah, no, but that's like how light, refracts.
I know how light reflects and such, but I mean, like you look at it everywhere else, and it's just like,
what did you do? It's
yeah,
so boring.
okay, cool. It's white wings.
But with the group shot, you can see some of that.
Yeah,
a little bit of that greenish hue, which is nice.
But that's kind of my point, like in real life, all of these you'd be like, ooh,
pretty.
But we will move on.
Yeah, it's just a whip, so we will move on. It's a Warren.
It's an RJ Warren. Should I message an RJ Warren and
just
see whether
if he'll wake up?
Yes,
because he loves doing the review shows, but he
does.
always oversleeps. But I think it might be very late for him or something. Too early.
Yeah.
So, but he loves coming on. So if you guys are free and you are on Discord, highly recommend to pop on.
Yes.
Be a Larry.
Be a Larry.
Yeah, I even make the
Don't be a Greg.
Don't be a Greg. I've got the emojis, guys. I've already made them. It's available on our Discord. We've got a Be a Larry pin emoji, Greg emoji, and Alan. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I tell you what. There's some Alan worthiness right here, because you take a look here, and it just like
it looks so ugly with the patchy.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, this is a new painter here.
Yeah. And then you see the second, and you're like, ooh.
Yeah, exactly. Like, even like the dirtiness all seems deliberate here.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting seeing the dichotomy between the two.
You know what? I got the instant impression with the grungy yellow.
Yeah.
That it felt like one of those submarines, yellow submarines, but like
from the Beatles.
Yeah, but like if the submarine, I just have submarine vibes, okay? And that's what I thought when I looked at it.
Okay, but anyway, I think like
it's
what
beautiful.
a difference.
Hey, penguin.
He's being a sneaky penguin at work.
Yeah, shush. Don't get him caught.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
Don't get him caught.
It's a bit much of a flight for me.
I love it. This is Imperial Fists, right?
Yeah. It is not Iron Fists,
which exists, by the way.
Yeah. No, we've been doing the Iron Hands design versus law. You were like, are these the Iron Warriors? No, are these the Imperial Fists? And I'm like, oh, which one are they?
Iron Fist, and then turns out they really do exist, and they are a successor chapter of the Iron Hands.
Well, let us move on.
Next
thing
you know, you've got Iron Feet. Hey, penguin, says Noor. We all live in a yellow submarine. Doesn't it feel that way though?
Ayo.
I feel like it does. Okay, next one. Aha. Jay Ayers says, whip winging it this week.
But no, it looks good. I like the way that he's done these little red bits in here. You know, they're more pinkish red.
Yeah.
I think it looks good.
Great. I think he could just use one more brighter color just to go down the center, the very center of the here.
I disagree. Like, I think once we do up the claws, and like I think this is taken with a flash.
Yeah.
So I think once we see this in a normal background, I think it will look fine, because I think it's looking very overexposed right now. So I think once we see it in full, we'll be all good.
Yeah. Okay, next we have Cyan.
We do have Cyan.
So, with a spect of mild insomnia hitting at 3:30 this morning, I thought, sod it. Let's get the gunny pig finished.
The gunny pig?
The gunny pig.
Not the guinea pig.
Gunny pig. The gunny pig finished, huh?
Okay.
So here's the test palette for the Xenonid. This is a Von Ryan Sleeper. Paints and order will be in the comments below. I Really love this scheme.
Yeah, no, I think it looks really good too. Like the
It
only
is
thing
so
I wish
cool.
for is like a proper background to see it.
I feel like what would really, obviously maybe he doesn't have this, but if this was my model, I think, you know, when you did the Bellacore, you did that color shift over the black.
Oh, so I did the color shift with the gloss black first, and then I did a zenithal over the top. So only when you shifted it, only when you moved it, could you see the color shift.
But I think it would be great for this model, I feel.
Uh,
Because it has that aliens
yeah,
feel.
it does, but I don't think I'd maybe like a very dark color shift, like Eclipse or something like that, or yeah, I think it's called Eclipse. You know, the where it's from.
Like a green,
Green-
to purple sort of coloring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
that's what I was thinking. I think it would be like the chef's kiss on the very top. You don't have to, but
but he can't do it now because it'd be too late. And
I
plus,
know.
I think the other thing is, what I would like to commend him on is actually getting something done, because he's awake with insomnia, right? He can't get to sleep. So what does he do? He
does
actually pulls
something.
his finger out and does something, which is something I've really got to learn to do, because
And-
I've been having a lot of trouble sleeping, but that's mostly due to outside influence,
But
aka
yeah, like
one Mr. Hades.
one Mr. Hades boy.
There's one for the what's it called? The bingo, the
The
WAYPN?
bingo, Hades screams. No, Hades isn't here.
No, it says Hades is one of the squares.
Oh, yeah, okay. Alright. Well, I really love his contrast painting skills produced here.
Yeah,
It's so clean. It just goes in all the right places. A little shiny side, but it's fine. You know, it's I think it's just contrast paint is that way. But I think it adds to the Xenonids vibes anyway.
yeah.
And I think the use of color and control of your desaturated tones was very good. So I would say yes.
Yeah, so I think we've said all we can, so let us move on. And once again,
Vanoni.
he's proving that he can paint.
Now this is the pre-painted one, and then
No,
he did
'cause
some
he's
touch
used-
up over. I remember he said that as
He's
much.
doing touch up over it, yeah.
Yeah, so he does like something over the top.
He does something over the top. Do we know what he's doing over the top?
I don't remember what was said. Like what else? he
'Cause
did
I
over
think it
the
looks
top.
really
It looks
nice.
really nice.
I do not know what is done, but I think it looks really good. I like it. Oh, maybe this is the original here where it's all grey sort of thing?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. And I know that he worked on it over top. I remember he said that this was the pre-painted set.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But it looks good.
It looks good. Iskandar say I painted a xenomorph with color shifts once, didn't like it. I think color shifts looks better on a flat surface.
I think color shift can look good on chitin, so not the organic surfaces of the Tyranids. So they're armored surfaces, the chitin.
carapace, yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Pengu say I hope to have gotten the German squad done for today's review. The new owner is coming Sunday to collect. Oh boy,
Ooh.
that's a real tight deadline you've got to work with.
Alright, so next up we have...
Larry, but there's no Larry.
There's no Larrys
There is
here.
no Larry. Upset. Progress on Shub nigger. Oh, sorry. How to say the word, huh? How to say?
Why are you like this?
I didn't mean to. That's literally how it's...
Shubnigoroth.
Okay, thanks. The black goat of the woods, the mighty mother. Really? Woman? Okay. The goat of 1,000 young. Okay. The box only has 6 young, but still. You get the point. Airbrushed a couple more color layers, progressively darker as I increased the angle to spray from above. Then I sprayed another layer of the lighter color from beneath to reinforce the lighted areas, and a little more as a thinner layer from not quite below. Then the red glow from beneath. I had a thought to wait until the rest was painted, but she is one of Lovecraft's outer gods, straddling multiple worlds and layers of reality, so the light from below that originates from another dimension would not affect all parts of her manifestation at once. Also, I was impatient to see how it looks and can do another layer later if I really feel like I need to.
Alright, we've got an update of this one later? So I think we'll move on from this one.
Okay.
But what I find really interesting is we'll just take a look along here. So take a look at this angle and how things have progressed.
I really love the underlighting look.
But we'll see how it looks in the near future. Alright, so speaking of starting out, we've got Alex.
Alex! I've recently undergone surgery. Everything is fine, but this means I'm off work until November. My awesome wife decided that I needed the soul-blight Grave Lord Spearhead. Today I decided I wouldn't let this one sit in my pile of potential, and got to work putting them together. The thing I will work on for this little project is basing. Updates to come.
Yeah, no, and look guys, this is part of the process, and what I really love is seeing this here, because I think a lot of people just sort of go, oh, you know, but people do things differently. So see how he's included the basing in this when he primes. Some people do basing last, like myself. I do basing last. I do models separate. I think that looks really good, but I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes.
Yeah.
All right, next up.
Lance.
Yes.
With a chuckly looking lizard man. Lighting problem. I'll get some better pics in a while. He's so cute. Love him. So cute.
He's he looks like one of the geckos that we have.
See, I told you. I say he looks like the laughing lizard.
No, he does. No, geckos do not look like that lizard.
Yeah, but he has the feeling because of the smile.
Yeah, he's just like, hey.
You can hear him laughing inside.
I'll get some bugs later. Yeah.
But I really love the pink and orange color skin.
It's a great contrast to that of the green hood and the brown cloak.
Yeah, great color choice. But the basing.
The basing needs work.
It needs a lot more than just work.
Well,
it needs some Calados cream.
Actually, you know, some Calados cream on it and it'd be just about close to done.
Yeah.
Because I think it's just this...
Open bare air spot.
You know, these are my least favorite bases, the disc ones. I think I really dislike them.
Why do you don't like them?
Because they have a tendency to tip.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess sometimes they do get a bit warped. Yeah.
No, not about like, so if he's on here.
There is somebody who joined. A rumble.
Hello.
Will you be able to speak?
I'm not sure my quality.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
It's all right. You can just watch from in there, and you know, we can claim that it was you who said the naughty words instead of Sunny.
you can try out bingo when you get the bingo sheet.
Well, I tell you what. Next up, we've got you, but I'm gonna skip over you until hopefully we get somebody in, and we'll take a look. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So next up, we have Andy.
Andy.
You're not allowed to say the next word anymore, Sunny.
Okay. Yeah, I am. Added a base to my Sister of Battle, and following on from the feedback, I've tried to smooth the cream robe a bit and also used a light box. I'll go and call this done for now.
Yeah, I think it is a lot lighter now.
I do like the contrast in the shadows and the outer. So it looks good.
Yeah, no, I think it looks really good.
Oh, look at the what is that? The Fleur de Lis logo on.
Yeah, no, I think it's come up very nicely.
Beautiful. Rumble say, "Can you guys hear me?" No, I heard a muffle, like one, like a like that, and then that's it.
Yeah, you have cut out on our end.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll see how. Like, I like this bit here. I understand that that's what she comes on. I guess for me, what I might do is I might just try and smooth that. But I mean, this is nitpicking at this point, and try and make it look like it comes to a clean sort of arm cut. But yeah, so it's hard when you've got those inbuilt bass features.
Yeah, fair enough.
I've actually thought we should do a short on the tactical rock.
Oh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so next up, we have
Joseph. I finished the Frosthaven Starter Heroes today. Not 100% happy with the... Oh, yeah. Ooh, hey, Warren.
The alarms finally worked. Well, let's finish off with Davith first, and then we'll get back to...
This is not Davith.
Sorry.
Another mix-up for the bingo ball.
Yes, well, I'm sorry. There's four different names have been mentioned.
Yeah,
okay?
last time it was Iskandar Yellow. Today, Joseph becomes Davith, the complete opposite of Joseph, by the way.
Actually,
That's
yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, we can hear you.
I can hear you.
Cool.
Is this Rumble? Is this Rumble? Yes.
Tis I.
Tis him.
It is him.
The Rumble.
All right. So
Okay.
let's just go through this one.
Okay.
And then we'll see if we can get Warren working.
Oh well, Rumble's sounding pretty good at the moment. If he wants to comment,
if you want
he can
to
comment. Yeah.
So when I take a look at these close up, their details aren't as bad as they looked before, but these, oh jeez,
Is it
look,
bad?
Look at the face.
Oh.
I mean, look at,
Oh, the eyeball.
no. There's nothing there. He's drawn those on.
Well, it's probably the sculpt was really bad.
Yeah, no. I'm look at this face, right? I am not going to give. I'm not going to.
Yeah, it's a bit munted there, but
Like, I think that this shows Joseph's talent, because these are some seriously soft sculpts. Like, I don't even know what this thing is meant to be. Oh, okay,
an
now
assassin.
Sorry, you go, Rumble.
Ooh.
Oh no. Was he taken out by the munted assassin?
Apparently.
The munted assassin is like,
Oh, it is the weak chuckle of the Warren where he goes like that because the mic betrays him every time when he laughs.
it does. But I might kill the music now that we've got the people in.
Huzzah.
Alright, but yeah, so with all of that, I just look at these sculpts and I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Look at that. There is
Oh,
barely a nose.
no.
There is barely a like I am not going to give Joseph any hard time about googly eyes here because he just painted
He's
them
just
on.
trying.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
gosh.
look at this. I
Poor
I
fella.
think this shows a lot of talent on his part because like he's made features out of essentially nothing.
Even I would struggle with such a thing. Like he's managed to find the spots. Oh, hey, this one's not bad.
That one's not bad. Like this one of the sculpts is a lot better. But
It's cool.
I
I
like-
love the highlighting.
But oh gee, oh boy, like that was upsetting going through those. Not well, like not because of anything that Joseph's done wrong, but like,
It's 'cause
come
the
on,
models-
somebody tell me I'm wrong. Somebody
F-
tell me these aren't the most munted miniatures of all time. Look at this face. Look
Poor
at this
child.
face.
I don't know. You haven't come to my stuff yet.
But I am really loving the powder blue scarf for the other munted fella.
Okay, we're gonna have to be more specific
I
when we're
think on
talking.
that first one with the two miniatures, like the first face isn't bad.
The
This
spider
one-
people.
With the guys with the blue faces with the purple robes.
Oh yeah, but see, they're just masks.
they
like-
actually
Yeah, but it's the first one's not so bad. It's the second one just has that
yeah,
bit of lack of
yeah.
definition, I think.
Yeah, it's so like it's the level of inconsistency. So this one is just absolutely terrible. The Ranger. The Ranger, like, I can get that the assassin maybe doesn't have a face, but this one, the Pachu or whatever it is, you know, I feel like it's some sort of anime character who just killed me. Because like, you look at it, and the face is like the details are so soft, but there's like this vague outline of a nose.
Oh gosh.
And like
Maybe the staff's doing the magical effect, like the Indiana Jones face melting thing. You know?
No, you know how like anime, like especially the more recent ones, how like the nose is just like a triangle and the lips are almost non-existent and they've got those giant eyes.
Yeah.
Like it's like
It does kind of look like that. The poor thing. Just to be clear, Joseph, you've done a wonderful job.
Yeah, no, I think Joseph should be praised for all of his effort here because, I mean, if it wasn't for Joseph's work here, what we would be looking at is blobs with more blob work.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
All right, so Warren, are you with us?
Sure am.
All right, well, it's time for us to go backwards. You ready?
Oh, yay. Okay. Hey, everybody. Hashtag Sunday Fun Day. Wait, correct, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm excited for our first proper painting tutorial video with color psychology. And I thought I'd post a link along with the finished pictures. Hope you guys enjoy. Please give us your thoughts on this type of video and if we should do more like this. So here we are, the Vespids, guys. What do we thinking?
Well, before we get to what do we thinking, I'll just do a quick run through each of them. And I'll just talk a bit about the video. So I think we talked with you guys, and one of the things that you said was that we should probably maybe front load the color psychology. Was that right?
I think it was it was the false finish, I think, was the thing that was a bit strange.
Yeah. All right, so I will hopefully get back to the group shot soon. Anytime now. Anytime.
Getting close.
Anytime.
There
we go. All right, so let's see. What order are we in the thing? I'll see. So we have. Well, it starts with RJ. So RJ, would you like to? Oh, it's bingo time, people.
Bingo time. Brother arrives to drink. Check it off your sheet, people.
All right.
Yeah.
No.
Thank you.
So, what did you think of these guys, Warren?
I like them a lot. A lot of other people's that I've seen have all been pretty monochromatic.
Yeah.
So I really, really like the blue with the yellow and black. It's just it's really unique from all the others that I've seen so far. And I really think that Sunny did a really good job.
You can be harsh, RJ. You can be harsh. Yes.
I don't really see anything to be harsh about. I mean, everything looks really good. The basing makes sense. It's subtle. It doesn't take over the piece.
That's all count.
As stand out as the blue is from the black and the yellow, it still fits. It doesn't feel like overpowering or like it doesn't belong. So I would say, if anything, if I wanted to nitpick, knowing you guys did the iridescent or color shift paint on the wings, I would say that maybe that effect could be a little stronger because most of the wings just kind of look off-white.
in the
They don't really
pictures.
look.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's an unfortunate property of.
I think that one kind of shows it.
So
but, like,
it's just an unfortunate side effect of the color shift paints. They just don't show up in photography or filming, but in real life,
filming it can pick up better.
There's one part in all of the tutorial you did where like you managed to get it shine. Yeah. You
put it
in direct
sun
sunlight. But like the human eye picks it up a lot better. If you want to, if you're finished, we'll throw to Rumble, and hopefully Rumble will be harsher with us. Throw us under the bus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go for it.
First off, I'll say it's probably the best Vespid that Sunny's painted this month.
Oh, I see.
I did mention in like comments that that you could have brought the blue a bit more.
Yeah,
into some
you
of
did.
The body. Like the fingers and the toes have good segmentation, like the antenna.
I think
so that would have been a more balancing thing.
I agree with you on that. I think it's just because like we were going because it was specifically for the tutorial and the style was to be quick and easy. I did it. We just tried not to do too many steps. So if I was doing this for myself, I think I would have done what you say in a different way. Was that I wanted to incorporate some of that sort of achromatic blue, crystal color in the weapons more, rather than just keep it all white for the specialized weapons at the very least. Or maybe I could have done some of that blue on the toes, definitely the toes and maybe the hands. I think that would have looked nice as a visual. What's the visual hierarchy? Like it'll guide your eye.
Oh yeah. So there's a big thing when it comes to miniatures that what you want. Oh, let me pour some drink in there at least. Jeez, you grabby person. So
that's still my drink on the bingo.
Still drink check.
Is that one of them?
Yes.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah. You stole my drink. I think that was one of the.
Rumble always has the bingo.
Rumble already has the bingo memorized.
Yes, but I haven't done middle square yet. I've been pretty good about it.
You cheater.
Yeah,
you tried
I'm
to
on the panel now. Can I actually do the middle square?
No. It's gotta be me because
it's gotta be genuine. Hello.
But yeah, so I'd agree with that, but please continue, Rumble.
As I said, I pretty much mentioned it in the Discord about just adding that little bit of extra blue. You can kind of see the iridescence a little bit in some of the photos.
In some,
readers like this one here, you can kind of see it almost on the shadow of the wing.
Yeah.
So it does kind of come out. It's not overly white.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's just so frustrating that, like, that was a key feature of it, and we're like, oh my god, it looks so good with the iridescent. It
looks really pretty.
Like when you're in real life, you're like, oh my lord, it's coming up very nice, and then you're like,
that one you can kind of see it.
There's one in here in particular. I can't remember which one it is.
Is it that?
No, it's not this one. He's got his wings up in the other direction. I'm just going to start flying through these while you guys talk to see if I can find him. But there is one where we see it a bit. But sorry, we've cut you off again, Rumble.
One? That one kind of looks...
No, I was done talking.
So I think coming back to it, looking at what we could have done, I think one of the things that I consider is going back and like leveling up things, but I think as a video that's probably a dead idea, because one of the things I look at is here, I'll come back. So you see here how we've got the sheen line from the light, but I think when you carry a sheen line down like that, especially with yellow and black, because you guys remember the Perturabo, just having that sheen line go down like that just really, really elevates a piece. I don't know about blue in other areas, but I think what might have been good is doing these crystals a bit differently.
Oh.
So like having the black on the top and having them look like proper crystals, I think that could have been really cool. But I think once again, it's like Sunny said, we're doing the quick and easy thing.
Yeah, we were going for tabletop quality.
Yeah. But thank you very much, guys, for your feedback, and I'm glad to have it. All right, so
but you could do it as a member video.
Yeah.
For all those people that have joined the Discord for $2.
Yeah.
Thank you. Advertisement. Ruben will be proud.
All right. So next up, we've got Joe R. Sutton.
Where am I, honey? Oh, okay.
You're at Joe R. Sutton.
Okay,
what I just said.
No, I know, but I was like, where is it? Okay. Hi, Joe here. Sorry, I've been a while. Been working, trying to find work. So I've done a couple of Warcry gangs in the past, and this is me going all out on a Cruel Boys warband. Ideal Frozen Forest hunting party. First model to fully finished. Enjoy. Oh, I love this blue.
Yeah, I think this is looking really good. But we'll throw to Rumble first. To Rumble first, and give us your thoughts.
As Sunny said, yeah, I really like the blue skin.
Mm-hmm.
The blorks. Is that what they said?
Blorks.
Probably for me, the wash on the cloak is probably the very the starkness of the cloak going from that dark to light with the wash. But apart from that, everything else looks really good.
All right. Well, Sunny, do you want to go, and then we can have?
It's gotta be Warren next, then.
Yeah, no, you then Warren.
Oh, me then Warren.
And then I'll go last.
Oh, okay. I think the blue was executed so beautifully. It really looks like if your skin was made of ice. It has that feeling to it. The texture was really well executed. I think that red is just such a beautiful contrast to this blue.
Look at this.
Oh, look at this little diorama. Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. Maybe we could steal it for our Frostgrave. Or steal the models.
Well, let's see how they don't quite have 10, I don't believe, but I like seeing them slowly evolve. I love the Joe R. Sutton adventures. But is that all you got to say? Shall we?
I think everything else was really wonderfully executed. The textures all come up really organic. He's really brought out those organic textures wonderfully. I'm not too sure what else I would add. It's just the colors are really drawing me in. Yeah, I think I'll give it to Warren now.
Yeah. So, your thoughts, Warren?
Well, I guess like everyone else, the blue skin just looks really nice, and conceptually, it's a really cool idea too. You're so used to seeing orcs, goblins as green or oranges. Seeing them as something just in complete contrast to that is really, it's just scratching something in my brain that feels good.
Yeah.
And then like Sunny said, that red that he chose just goes so well with the blue he chose.
It's almost a teal, isn't it?
Yeah, very cool.
It is. I would say most comments I make, I feel like if he wants to bump it up, he could really just increase contrast with, going in and doing a little bit more with the shadows and doing a little bit more with highlights. But other than that, the colors he chose just do so much work that he really doesn't need to do much else with it.
So Joe says that he was trying to go for the Smurfs look before the cartoons.
Well,
okay.
Here's something that I wanted to point out, because for all of the old school listeners, nobody will be surprised by this. Joe will not be surprised by this, nor will Joseph, nor will anybody else. But this is what excited me. The way he integrated the basing so well. So you see how he's built up this base here, right? But he wants that to not be all there. So he builds up the base itself so that you've got that mound and it's just so smooth. It's such a little thing that you don't notice it when you're here. You just see this elevation, and then when you look back at these things, you're just like, oh, and it's so smooth and well integrated. The other thing that I absolutely love is the diorama, of course, back here. I also like that he shows us the whole adventure, because when the diorama starts out, it starts out quite differently. So we see it not here, sorry. We see it here, and he's got a lot more sort of scraggly trees when he's starting out. He's like, all right, I'll use these. And then he's like, I don't really like those. Let's go for these ones. And he's got the drilled out holes and all of that, right? And then he puts in the text.
He's such a good miniature painter that he made trees grow.
Yes, the bonsai master. So when it comes to all of that, like I look at the way that he's done this, and that's what I think is what I really like about Joe's post. I wish that he had some text here, but I mean, like, that's very, very, very nitpicky, because I just would love him to sort of go through his process, because when we take a look here, see, even here, he ends up making different decisions. He's put some snow down here and he's almost completely covered it, and we've got this section over here, and I thought that maybe he wanted to have the snow be less intense here, but then he ends up going off and covering it almost all completely up. And just seeing that part of the process, I think, is really interesting. But there is one thing which I don't think is as great, which is the weapons themselves. So we've got it's almost all brass, right? And it feels quite bright when we compare it with everything else, and I think it takes the focus away from the rest of the model when we're not looking at the golden angles. So I'll have, like, this guy here, right? When we're direct on, we see head, shoulders, red, right? So our focus is here, but I think it takes away a bit from that. I think like a deeper bronze might have been better. What do you guys think?
I kind of like it as is. It has a bit of that brassy feel, and we've talked about how brass gives a bit more of that brutish look.
But I feel like it's closer to a bronze than a brass.
No, the brass kind of looks like that. It's like a dull gold. I think it could have a bit of a coppery undertones, maybe, but
I think if it was a darker brass, it would, or bronze, it would lose itself with the bright colors of the skin and the cloaks, I think.
Okay, all right.
It's like in the same kind of value as the other things.
Fair enough. Well, I think that's all we can sort of go off. But one thing Joe said is, with those trees, those are the exact same trees except he flocked them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
They look great.
All right. So next up we have. I see. Well, somebody would have been first, but now they have to be last.
Yeah. What's this, Larry? What's this?
It's another Larry.
Okay.
All right. So, would you like to read out for Larry?
No, I cannot read. That's not the rules.
Okay. So, Larry, you have to read your comment.
Update. Nearing completion.
Hooray!
But I tell you what, it's pretty dang close. So, Rumble, would you like to go first?
Yeah, as I said, I really like the purple that's come out here, and especially with the highlight of the blues.
Anything else?
Sorry. Sorry, I'm just got a few people around me at the moment.
All good.
Okay,
all
well,
good.
I'll just continue.
You'll take over.
I said in the Discord comments that it feels 40k but not 40k. I think because the way he's done the mask, it has that one of those comic book characters has that look.
Deadpool?
I think he's a villain.
Deathstrike, right.
Deathstrike. Yeah, it
or
has
Stroke, Deathstroke.
Deathstroke.
Yeah, heart attack. Yeah. Cholesterol.
That would be the greatest American supervillain, Cholesterol.
Oh my god. Yeah, and I think because of the way you've got those holes in the mask, and then you've done that stripe, it feels sort of comic booky, and it feels so different and unique from anything that I've ever seen for a Warhammer model, which got me very excited. And I love the pinkish hues that you've mixed in with the purples. It just has such a high contrast and nice black outline. It has that comic book feel. I think it just has that comic book feel, and it just love seeing all the colors, yellows, the blues, the greens. I love it.
So I'll follow that up, and I think the reason why it has such a comic book feel is because of the way that it is over here. You've got this one glowing eye, and then the lens eye, and the stripe in between, which I think is a particularly good feature. I think that's the second feature. The top feature, I would say, is this bit right here, the blue glow coming from the gene seed still. I think that's still the thing that I like the most. But I'd have to agree with both Rumble and Sunny that it has a very sort of noble, bright feel. It doesn't feel so grimdark compared to a lot of the other things. You said that you were trying out a couple of different techniques when it came to this. Could you tell us? This one seems very different from some of the others, especially the Imperial Fist one. What are you doing differently here compared to the others?
So a big difference with this one and a lot of the others is I started this one with airbrushing rather than just stippling or sponging or usually when I paint Marines, I just do pretty rough techniques to build up texture. This one I didn't really care about texture as much as I just wanted a cool color. And then I did my first, like, I guess all over oil wash. It wasn't a pin wash. It was just, I slathered a really dark blue oil wash over everything. And
was this the Villainy ink?
No, this was just some oil paint I had laying around.
And is this what led to the purchase of the Villainy ink? You did that, and then you're like,
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
all right.
I had a lot of fun doing that, and I was like, you know what? My local hobby shop picked it up, and so I was like, why not?
Yeah, now that you mentioned that you used the overall blue wash, I can see that blue in the crevices of the power pack.
Well, Rumble did mention it a bit, and I think it's because it's as a shadow to the blue that it's a shadow to the purple that it's not as jarring. A lot of washes can be jarring because they'll either be done as a complete neutral, like a black or a brown, right? Which do not match the color at all. But as a sort of shadow color to purple, I think it does really well. But let us move on to some more.
What?
It's
more Warren. Yes.
Yes, I know.
Okay, you gotta read now, Warren.
All right, hold on. What did I say? Finished these two.
Hooray!
Yes. All right. So So I think Sonny, it's your start, and then me, then Rumble.
I
Yeah,
really.
sorry to cut you off, guys. I've got to head off anyway.
Oh,
all good.
okay.
You have a
Yeah.
good one,
Thank you
Rumble.
for coming.
Thank you
It
for
is still on.
coming.
I'll pop on a bit later, but probably
Okay.
not.
Yeah, all
sure.
good, all good.
Thank you. Bye bye.
All right, see you guys.
See ya.
Have fun.
Adios.
So you want to start off, Sonny?
All right. Yeah, sorry. The sound that it made when you got off the call was so funny because it's the Halloween theme.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, because I don't get any of those noises because I'm on the OBS, so I
Ah.
don't get any of the weird noises.
I think you've done a fantastic job with the bass and everything looks fantastic. It's just the power sword. I feel the gradation could have been smoother because it's so quite jarring, that sort of very deep blue and then it's suddenly that bright glowing blue edge. So
I just want to give a comment on that. I don't think it would be as jarring if there was an even brighter white on the edges. So like at the moment it doesn't feel as deliberate. What do you think about that?
No, I think it's just because it the glow, when you have a glow, it's gotta have that fade and the gradation. But this is quite like dark blue and then super bright blue, and so I think if there was a bit more of a smoothing in that, it would look more accurate.
All right.
I think there was something else I wanted to point out. I think the Crux Terminatus is looking quite nice. I was wondering if it could use a teeny bit more highlights or not, but I think other than that, that was the only thing that was really sort of throwing me, was the sword. Everything else seems to be really good.
Yeah, so for me with this one, I'll comment on this one and then we'll both and then we'll throw to you. Then we'll do the purple one. So I disagree with Sonny. I think that if you had like a really bright white on the edge here, so you went from like darkest to brightest, I think that would help. I think everything here looks quite cohesive. He does feel quite dirty. I think that I'm going to disagree with Sonny, and I think that the basing feels like it's warm with warm. So I think, like, for example, a concrete, or even jungle area where it's a different hue so that he stands out more. I think that would be better. So like rubble or grass, some variety, either maybe even a mix of both. And I think that would make him pop a bit more. I'm not as much a fan of this style than I am of your one with the other style. I just think, like, I think it's well executed. It's just I'm not as much a fan of it. But yeah, so let's
What do you mean? What's the style difference that you don't care for?
So see how this guy, oh shoot, I should not have done that. This here, how he's so clean comparatively to this guy, where he's a lot more grungy. See, I think like
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I'm not saying that it's executed poorly, right? Not saying that at all. I'm just saying
just your personal preference.
Yeah.
For
just,
the stylistic choice, yeah.
If when it comes to Space Marines, rather than grunge, I like battle damage. If you're gonna have,
Gotcha.
If you're gonna have that, because like, and I think also certain chapters do better with certain styles.
Yeah.
So, I think if you did like this sort of grungy look with an Iron Warrior, I think I would dig it a lot more.
Okay.
Because it sort of matches stylistically with who they are, whereas I don't think it matches
with the Imperial Fists.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I feel like the Imperial Fists are a lot more
noble-y.
No, a lot more pompous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like nobly.
No, not more noble, more pompous. They're kind of asses.
Are they?
Well, that's how I feel. You
Okay.
know.
Oh well. But I like seeing it just because it's different. Like I say, it's a submarine. I feel the submarine feel.
Yes. It's his turn to talk.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
All right. So, do you want to tell us about what you did and how you got there?
Well, I've started so many of these over the last 4 months. I can't really think of any specific ideology that went behind it, really.
Yes, we've noticed that you've done a few.
It's like, this looks good. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
What can I say? I have super ADHD when it comes to painting.
I don't know. I think you get some pretty good results.
Yeah.
Like, I think this is a very good result for its style, but I think the reason why I might have been a bit off-put is going from this guy to this guy over here. It's so stylistically...
For sure, they're very different.
Yeah, they're... Like, I think if you were a commission painter, like, that is what I would put. I'd put, like, this guy next to that guy, and you're just like, listen, I can paint, dude.
Yeah.
I can paint.
Look at the different styles that I can do.
Yeah, because they're so different. They're so different. But yeah, we'll do a quick commentary on the purple one.
So this one's also going for that grungy look.
Well, see, I feel like I like this one a bit better because it feels a bit more like battle damage, but I like the hard chipping. This feels more like soft chipping.
Oh, okay.
If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, like just the paint, the first layer of paint has come off, sort of thing.
Well, so you know how like we do hard chipping with the
terrain?
Yeah. So I like that kind of chipping. This feels like it's more like sort of fading off, like it's not exactly chipping, it's
yeah.
But one thing that I really do like is the tiger stripe. I love the tiger stripe. Like that's so retro 40K.
Yeah.
It like it feels like with here and the way that this paint is painted, like on one of these knee pads should be die like in the Rogue Trader books and stuff like that. But I will say one thing is I feel like this head is from a completely different Terminator.
Yeah.
Color-wise?
Sorry?
Color-wise?
No, because it's so clean compared to everything else.
Oh, yeah, right.
True.
Yeah. I will say that I think it could use a bit more of the brightest pink highlights a bit more, because I think it because the value of the gray chipping with the base color magenta is very similar, that it's sort of drowning it out a bit. I think it needs a bit more of that bright pink, like with the leg there.
Yeah.
That one's great because you can you can see all the layers, and it pops. But the rest of the body, I think, feels a bit lost in the effect. I think if you just got your sponge and dabbed on a bit more of that bright pink just here and there, I think that will bring it back a bit. Yeah, see, like that at the back there, I feel it could.
Where at the back in particular?
Yeah, just the whole thing. The whole
thing?
Yeah, it just needs just a few dabs of the brightest color, I think, would help.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yeah, Penguins say RJ is painting multiple Marines in different styles, while I'm struggling to finish a squad in the same color scheme. Well, Penguin, to be fair, you say you've got moving and studying, you've got a lot on.
Yeah. But yeah, so like I think like it would be like if you had like the hard chipping style like Alex and Justin
Gray.
Yeah, I think like if you had that one, like the hard chipping style after that. But yeah, so next up we have so I'm just gonna read this one out and I'll if I could just get you, RJ, to talk about your stories of the oil / enamel washes while I run away quickly, because yeah. Can you read that one out for me, Sunny?
Okay, yes. John says, "What's an enamel wash? I've seen it on painting Grimdark minis sometimes. Also, can Tamiya airbrush cleaner be used as a substitute to plastic cement?" I know nothing of this topic. What do you think, RJ?
Well, the second question, can Tayama airbrush cleaner be used as plastic cement?
I don't think so.
Don't I don't believe so. If it can be, that's some pretty crazy cleaner.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to use
Yeah,
that
there's
on your
plastic
model.
parts in your airbrush.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think so on that one. And as
Well,
far as enamel washes,
yeah.
oh sorry.
No, please go. I interrupted. Sorry.
And as far as enamel washes, um, it's it's just like an oil wash. You just thin down your enamel paint and use it like an oil wash. Slap it on or be real neat with it, and uh, when it dries, go back, clean it up with a Q-tip and some mineral spirits.
What would you use to thin the enamel paint?
Mineral spirits.
Mineral spirit. So basically, just like
Yeah.
oil wash.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because enamels are oil based, so
Oh.
I'm not too sure. Like, I'm not super versed in either of them, so I don't really know what exactly the pros and cons are for one over the other. Again, enamels are oil based, so I can't say that they're too dissimilar. I'm sure drying times and finishes and things like that are where they vary a bit, but
Pretty much the same is what
mm,
you're saying.
yeah, I mean, for again, I don't want to say that because I'm sure I'll be putting my foot in my mouth. But enamel thins down really, really thin and runs really, really watery like an oil does.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah.
Yeah.
And as far as painting it on Grimdark minis, I think Grimdark is more an aesthetic that uh, I don't know. I'm not really versed enough in Grimdark, I guess, to comment specifically on
It's all
how it
right.
ties into Grimdark.
We will move on, and I will make a fool of myself so that you don't have to worry about things. So, guys, I've missed out on Member Monday for 2 weeks due to how busy we've been. So it's Member Monday. #Member Monday. What makes a digital place? There is no soil, no terrain, no nothing. There are rules of a place where they make the thing. Unless enforced, those rules mean nothing, which often these rules do. So what makes a place? The culture of a place. I'm very glad to have helped found the culture of this place, but I am not what keeps it going. What keeps it going, what makes the place what it is you. You are the people that makes this place. So join me in welcoming our new members, and we have just one question for you. What are you painting now? Make a post about it.
And then on cue, they post it inside.
I know.
The comments.
I know. Yes. I know. Let us move on to Alex Coe.
Okay.
I know it's Alex Coe.
Hey, this feels very similar to Joe's ice blorks.
I guess.
Okay, I'm not sorry. I just gotta have a little bit burpee.
Okay.
Alex, I'm not usually one for punching out a bit of work all at once. But these were bare plastic this morning, and to quote Adam, who lives somewhere north of the border, these aren't just good, they're good enough. I pushed the verdigrease to give them an almost ethereal glow, and I think it worked. Not bad for a day's work. These are meant for viewing at tabletop height, not super close up, but hey, what do you all think? Wow, this is insane for a tabletop. That's
Well,
for sure.
Well, shall we go to Warren?
Yeah, Warren, say the things.
Yeah, I agree. I think for a quick afternoon tabletop level job, they're amazing.
Yeah.
I think the glow effect he was looking to get out of the verdigray, I think he nailed it. I really do like that he leaned more toward a blue than a green for the verdigray, even though I don't think it necessarily looks like proper verdigray. I do think that artistically it was a phenomenal choice.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. So I think the only bit of feedback that I would give in the negative is he did your mistake, but in opposite. He should have had like a more warm base because this is all very cold, right? And if it was just a more brownish soil, whereas it feels more grey.
I would disagree only because like it sort of blends into that it doesn't take away from the model. So I'm not too upset about the color choice for the base. Yeah.
No, we'll see. Like that's the only thing for me. Like a more sort of medium to rich brown would have been nice. That's the only thing that I'd say, because as far as tabletop's concerned, this isn't tabletop. I would very much call this character level. Like and I think that's just because of who Alex is. He's just like, oh yeah, I'll knock out some tabletop, and it's like, oh yeah, all right. if you say so. But we can see what he means with some of how the cloak's done. Like I think he did a very quick wash here. He just hit it with the gold there, but very much where he does the technical effects. And I think this is one of the ways that you can really elevate your tabletop, and that's what we tried to do with the wasps. When you do an effect, it takes away from all of those other faults. You know, when you take a look at something and you're just like, oh, okay, well, it doesn't really matter, because the thing is everybody's focused in on that one thing. Alex commented just then.
Yeah, I didn't want to distract from the model with the base, but you're probably right about the base being warm. I would say I got it. Like, it doesn't distract from the model. I guess you could make it a bit on the warmer side, but the values and everything are set perfectly. That
the values are good. Yeah,
you don't even notice it. Like, it just adds to the piece, but it's not distracting the mini.
But I think we've said all we can on this piece here, because I don't think that there's anything else that we can really get out of it. But yeah, I think like the vertiglow, if we want to call it that, the vertiglow, I think that's come off very nicely. All right, up next, we have CN Williams with a Xenonid update.
I would say the picture is a bit difficult to read. Yeah. What do we feel? It's very shiny, like it's...
Well, would you like to read out the post, please?
Okay, Xenonid's update. So the Von Ryan has had his slime layer put on and is giving the reflective sheen I was hoping for. 2 layers of watered down Ard coat does that apparently. Still not done. Waiting for payday to get some green stuff well, splash gel, and Nurgle's rot for the acid blood. Also got a big bug on the way, courtesy of a friend and his 3D printer. Oh, this is nice.
Yeah, this is a lot better where it's on this. I think I'm just going to keep hitting play on this because the other ones, the lighting is quite off. So I'll throw to you, Warren, your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. The video definitely helps show the work a lot better than the pictures do.
Yeah.
I'm getting a very like alien xenomorph vibe from
that's what he's trying for.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, then I think he's definitely on the right track.
Yeah. Well, I think it will be interesting once he gets those other pieces. But the one thing that I really do want to compliment him on is the fact that he's tried to incorporate some of those sprue bits to try and make something within his base. But let's see how it goes when we see the final update, because he said that he's waiting on some bits.
I do think the base is a bit lost in the colors, like, because it all feels very samey at the moment.
Yeah, but let's wait until we get some nice, better pictures.
Okay,
So next up, we've got
Kit Strong. Oh, yeah. Working on Jasna Colin from Stormlight Archives.
All right, well, how about you go first on this one, Sonny?
Let's see. I feel everything's looking good, but I think it could use a bit more depth overall.
Yeah.
Especially with the brickwork.
Mm-hmm.
I think it needs a bit more tones to bring out a bit of definition here and there. Maybe push the highlights in everything, really. Other than that, I think it's got a good base, a good solid foundation.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with you on that, but when it comes to the sort of orange bricks and that sort of thing, I'm not sure where we're meant to be if this is more modern area, because this thing over here, I know it's me obsessing over bases as per usual, but
the base
thank you. But one of the things that when it comes to these sort of orange brick areas with the paths where they've been dilapidated for a long time, I don't know what it is in particular about these orange bricks, but I think it might be because they get colder than other things, or just the regions in which they are. But usually they end up getting a lot of moss.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
If you've seen these bricks just used as paths and not taken care of, like the bricks usually look to be do. So I think that the white of this could be punched up quite a bit.
Yep.
What about you, Warren?
I agree with what both of you guys have said so far.
Mm-hmm.
I think it looks really cool. I wish there were more pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would agree that bringing up the highlights, doing a bit more with the base to bring a little bit more interest to it. But it's a solid start.
Yeah, totally agree with you on that as well.
Well, I think we've said all we can for this one. So let us move on to something a bit spoopy. And this is one of our new members.
Yeah. Painting this guy up right now needs to be done before the 24th for a pumpkin painting
I like that
contest.
subtle thing. Look, I got a razor mouse.
You got a razor mouse. Yeah. I'm a true gamer. I may be cheating a little.
I see.
Because it's not a pumpkin, a real pumpkin.
I see.
It's not the biggest pumpkin. It's a painted pumpkin.
I think I'm just gonna double check, but I think that he's.
There it is.
Yeah. He's finished this one up. So
we'll
come back to it. I'll just get Warren's quick thoughts on it. Do you like razor mouses? Is that the key takeaway that we're taking from this?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, we're going to move on.
All right, okay.
All right, so
there's a subtle sponsorship from
yes.
Mr. Splitshade.
Yes.
Right, okay. Larry or Greg.
Now, just remember, you can't say the word. Were you there, Warren, when she said the word?
He wasn't.
No.
Okay.
There.
She said the bad word, the gamer word.
Yes, never mind. It's all right.
Because of this thing's name.
How do I say this, honey? ER, like what's this?
I've got no idea. That's not an umlaut.
It's
What's
an umlaut.
That? Is it an umlaut?
Yeah.
Is the two dots an umlaut?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Ooh, a spoopy call has entered it. Rumble came back.
He saw this miniature again, and he's like, "I've got to come back. I've got to make sure that Sunny doesn't say the gamer word again."
Yeah, I was like, no, that's not going to happen again.
Oh, but the mic's sounding really good, by the way.
Thank you.
Okay, well, I painted her eyes as a base of white, then a wash of white in the grooves, followed by fluorescent pigment. Wash was a mix of white ink, isopropyl alcohol, and flow improver, and the pigment was a mix of isopropyl and fluorescent pigment. Thank you, Vinci V, for the guide. Looks really cool under UV, but good under regular light too, yeah. I'll work on the eyes themselves later. Lots of eyes, always watching she is. I always feel like somebody's watching me. And no privacy.
And I got no privacy.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that's this thing is watching us apparently.
All right. Well, so Rumble, would you like to comment on this one before you have to run away again?
I just had to get some petrol.
Oh, okay.
So
you gotta go to the servo, mate. Gotta go to the servo.
You know the way you say it, it was as if you've been streaming in the car the whole time.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh, car
I'll never
streamer. Car streamer Rumble. Oh god. Ran out of petrol. Gotta go to the servo. I lost myself. Where is it? Okay, there it is. Okay. I got it.
I do like the pentagram the chest there. Especially with the purple in this one here where it glows. Yeah. I wonder if is it with the UV light? Is that what they're
Yeah,
doing?
I think it is UV light.
It is UV light.
Yeah. I agree with you 100% on that. Yeah, cause fluorescent colors, alien pink is apparently what's being used. And he's used the Vinci V formula. Whatever that formula
Wherever
may
this
be.
Vinci V is.
You know who Vinci
He's
V
gonna be
is?
like constantly displayed in a black light.
Yeah.
It's like he can never turn it off.
Oh well, like he's got to come in and just say, "You don't understand me, man." You know, I like bands that nobody's ever heard of, like 9 Inch Nails. And you
ever heard of a little band called the Beatles?
Oh dear. Warren, would you like to...
Penguin also needs to fill up his car as well.
Oh,
he
okay.
was thankfully reminded by the Rumble that he needs to go and fill up his car too. So thank you for that.
Hey, I'm here to help, guys.
Yeah.
You know, when you need petrol, you sometimes don't know it.
All right.
Please check your car fuels, everybody. Go fill up your car before watching this stream, in case you want to.
Apparently during this stream. And you can yell out to CJ, "You're meant to get the damn train, CJ." Now there's a deep cut. All right, so Warren, what are your thoughts on the update?
I think it looks super cool. It's just a really cool idea, really cool process. I'm glad he shared the process with us as well.
Yeah. I'd agree with that. I've got nothing else to add beyond what you guys have already said. I think I'm gonna wait until we see more done before I give more commentary. But yeah, I do really think like when we see it like this, that feels very cool, and I can just imagine it without the background there being quite haunting. But we'll see how it looks. All right, let us move on. Oh, it's me.
It's you.
Oh no, dudes. All right. It's Whip Wednesday. # Whip Wednesday. He's almost done now. What are you painting now? And so the tree is barely done at all. It's just oil washes and desaturation. And the hand is coming along, but not quite there. And I think... Did I show you guys the moss last time?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Fungal.
Okay, so, and the face is almost done. Like the transition is very subtle here. I don't think it comes through as much. Oh, on this side it does a little. But yeah, so this is basically wished on with a piece of blue tack. It's not glued yet. So I'll just throw to you guys. What do you think?
Is that a little tongue in the stomach there?
Yeah. There's a mouth in the tummy.
So do I have? Yeah. So he'll have some teeth that'll go in there as well.
I was just about to say. Look, I thought it was just a gash, and then I'm like, is that a tongue?
That's the no. I'm not going to say that. That'll get us into trouble. But yeah, so that's pretty much just the face.
Bananas. Same word, bananas.
I was just going to say that the stomach, a combination of Slanesh and Nurgle. I thought you were sighing out of like, why are you like this?
I had a mild heart attack and then sigh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from seeing all that cholesterol,
All right, so I'll ask Warren because how do you think the face looks?
It's really hard to say honestly because the sculpt and the cloth covering it, the face is really obscured.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I'll see if
I mean, what I can see of it, it looks good. My favorite part is still the toenail moss and the face coming out of his hand.
I'll go to
my two favorite parts of this piece.
The toenail moss. I think.
Yeah, that looks so good.
I like the dripping yellow stuff coming from his toe as well. I think that's. Sunny looks away when I say that. That's a win. That's a win. And yeah, I like that.
That thing.
Yeah.
That's just proper gross.
Yeah.
Is there anything else, like, should we push any contrast or anything like that, or definition?
I would say, like, the contrast is fine. The thing I would consider, and I don't know how reasonable it would be at this point, if you could do something, glaze in a color somewhere to make the green skin look more sickly, because it looks pretty like a healthy green right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I follow what you're saying. So so you guys know the normal Rotigus?
Yes.
No.
Okay, give me a sec. So Warhammer. This will be an adventure. Alright, let's see. Come on, buddy. Great. Unclean. 1. There we go. Okay. Having a win. So here we go. Is Rotigus in a different section? Do they name? Okay. Rot. Is it Rot-E-Gus?
I think Rotogus. Rotogus, I think.
Maybe they don't have pictures for him on here because okay. This is frustrating. Rot-E-Gus. Oh, there we go. Rotigus. So it is on the website, but for some reason they don't bring it up.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic. Maybe just a regular image of the.
Yeah, I'll just go to images and I'll just bring him up.
Open up the thing. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, I'll open up the image in a new tab and hopefully. So you see how he's really pale in this one? The client said deliberately, I don't want him to look like this. Make him look like a Nurgle guy. And I'm like, all right. And so that was pretty much the result.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's
Gotcha.
why I went to the that really sort of quite. So when you say sickly green, you're more talking about like a sort of standard. God, what is
Jesus?
Why you like this machine? A standard grey and unclean one like this, much more pale sort of thing.
So I guess more specifically in that area to the right of his head under the horn. No, in the picture that you just had up from Google.
The Google one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. This one.
Yeah. That green and that crevice.
Not this one. The other one.
Not this one. The other one.
Yeah.
Yep. The green under the horn to the right of his head, like in that shoulder area. I really like that green. Yeah.
Okay. So it's sort of
Specifically
like
that
a pale desaturated green. Oh yeah.
with like some yellow in there.
Yep. Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down. I don't think I will, just because I think that'd sort of be against what the client wanted, because he said deliberately not like this guy.
For sure.
Yeah. But let us move on. So next up we've got Larry. And I'll sort of
There's more later on with this, yeah.
Yeah. But what I will do is I'll just sort of say it's so funny seeing this, right? We go from here we are.
Yeah.
From this to this.
To My Little Ponies.
Yeah, and it's like, all right, guys, here, look at my black lights and My Little Pony. I like Rainbow Dash. She's the best. I won't let you say anything.
Like a palette cleanser sometimes, guys. You know,
yeah.
Palette cleanser from painting all those My Little Ponies, and you just go to that guy that has the pentagram.
So yeah. Larry says.
And then you're back to My Little Ponies again.
Yeah. Larry say, also seeing the My Little Sights or whatever they're called reminded me I still had this with just the base coat and it needed finishing, so add another L to my Allen rating. Yeah. The airbrush got a little away from me when I did the shading, so I'll have to do some fixing. #Rainbow Dash. Base color is scale 75, artist color sky blue, and the shading is Pro Acryl Turquoise. Well, the color is spot on, I will say.
Yeah, no, it feels very much like the cartoon, and we have an update, so that's why I'm not spending too much time on it.
Yeah.
But we have an Iskander.
Karl sounds like the guy from Def Clock.
Oh yeah, the Deathlock. He's a guy in an animated series, and like they're meant to be a parody of all of the various death metal bands.
Okay, well, it's gonna say every now and then I got something new and makes me smile. Terran Marine Starcraft commission work. I rarely do battle damage, but I definitely need to improve on it.
So, Warren, do you remember your purple guy?
Yeah.
I think that if you had a steel underbase like this, right? So not this fade. See how he's got like the metal fades away there? So not a fade, but how you had that sort of slow chipping. I think that would look a lot better, because it'd feel like the paint sort of slowly peeling away. I think that could really improve that. But yeah, I just wanted to say that because when I looked at that, I immediately thought of your previous one. But
gotcha. Okay.
But since we've got you here, your thoughts?
I think that it's really well done. The metallics were really, really smooth, almost like they're airbrushed. The base fits. I think it's really simple, but it fits the aesthetic of the guy really, really well.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I would like to see a little bit more work with the gun. The gun
Yeah.
does look a little flat compared to the guy himself.
Yeah. Yep.
And then I guess the visor. I would like to see a little bit more reflective work on the visor done. But other than that, like, and those are just really nitpicking. I mean, for a plain piece, this looks really well done.
And Rumble, your thoughts?
I'll say with the gun, like it to me, I like it. I like the utilitarian nature of it. It seems like it's a tool rather than something that needs to be kind of like over glamorized. I'll say.
Yeah. Yep. I follow what you're saying.
And I do like the way that the steel's rubbing off through or the paint's rubbing off through to the steel. That's a really cool effect that not many people have used as well.
Yeah, so I also really like the steel effect, but I'll throw to Sunny and
I think the gun body works, but I think the knife at the end could be pushed to make it more metallic.
Yeah,
like how he has with everything else.
I will agree with that. So I feel like everybody's pretty much said some of my thoughts already. I think I feel like more work could be done on the gun. I'm not talking about a lot. I'm talking about maybe like defining some of those highlights a bit more, because I think maybe what you were saying, Warren, and at least how I feel. Tell me if like I'm articulating your thoughts. It feels like this gun and this guy are from different pieces, because the gun doesn't feel like it has the same level of work as this guy, is what you were saying, and it feels sort of out of place. It feels like you've got two levels of work. Like this guy's character level plus, and then this guy, and then the gun's just tabletop. And I really agree with Sunny that the knife could have a lot more work done on it, even if the gun was left relatively simple. But the other thing is, I do think that with the gold, definitely a sheen line somewhere. Just something to really just make it pop.
Make a pop, man.
But yeah, I think that's everything. So we will move on. So next up we have James.
Whip Wednesday. Ahsoka worked on white lightsaber, her buttons on chest plate and arm piece, face paint. Not happy with how face paint turned out, but I don't know with my current skill level if I can do better. Might need to redo hairpiece as well. Currently progress on my Fallout guys and my 2 Space Marines.
Alright, well, I think I'll throw to Rumble first. Your thoughts?
I think he's got a very good definition with the different colors, and it seems very base layer level, but he's got the very clean lines on the face as well.
I'd agree with that. I also feel like because there's no sort of segmentation or anything like that, and that I feel that it's a very soft model, this one.
It is very soft.
It doesn't it feel like, I'm not saying that it's not like the Gloomhaven models, but it's not that far from them either. But yeah, so your thoughts on these ones here?
You could probably use a little bit more depth in the skin of the guy. The dog seems very well rendered.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, I think the dog's looking good. And Marines are Marines. Warren, would you like to give your thoughts?
I agree with what's really been said so far. It's definitely a softer model. and I think with what he had to work with, I think he has a really good start going. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really have too much else to add to that, I guess. With this one, there's a lot of browns going on.
Oh,
between
yeah.
the base, the dog, the coat, the hat,
Yeah.
the gun bullet buckle thing.
Yep. It
So
is.
I guess some more color would be nice in that.
Or even if it's not more color, I think the base being more gray if you're going to use neutrals still, because like you said, it's all neutrals all the time, and
Mm-hmm.
these ones aren't that far from these ones. So
Yeah, I still think that the base for as a brown is still a good choice, but I think gray would have been much better to help pop the model.
yeah.
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 If I am critiquing based on like a monochrome scheme, that brown is light enough that it doesn't clash with the model.
You're right.
But I think in it from a contrast standpoint, yeah, I think a gray would work a little bit better.
And I pretty much agree with everything said. Space Marine Boys being base, so not much to say there. And I think we've said all we can, but I'll just say one thing on this, because this is one of the things on the shelf that I've got to get done, except it's a slightly different Ahsoka.
Yeah. She's bigger, isn't she?
I do believe she is. She's the Shatterpoint one. Oh, I've got so much to do. With Ahsoka and with patterns, right? The thing is, if you can... Oh, no!
Oh, no! It is said, Mr. Rumble, the middle square.
It's an hour and a half in, so I think I did
not
pretty
bad,
well.
Not bad. Good job.
All right. Well, I'll get back to it.
Look at that laughter.
The thing is, with the patterns, it's very difficult to get right when you have no guide rails. When you've got no guide rails, it's really hard. And I think don't beat yourself up when you can't get something perfect when you're dealing with something so soft.
Yeah, I think a lot of this is that you're fighting the model a bit here.
Yeah.
And I think if this Ahsoka was much more defined, I think you would find the results would be very, very different. You might feel that maybe I'm not getting it right. It's just not looking good. Sometimes it's the model, not the painter.
Yeah, for sure. Like we said with Joseph.
Yeah.
But let us move on, and now we move on to Kit Strong.
Kit Strong. Spent a few minutes doing some base coating on Shallandava. I think Atom Paint might be dethroning Toothing Coats as my current favorite paints. Ooh. I just find them so easy to work with. Really, I find the Duncan Rhodes paints are pretty well formulated.
We have very few Duncan Rhodes.
We have one.
Yes.
We have the White Star. Because Brushstroke raved about it.
I'll go on this one because I think. Correct me if you guys want to interject, Warren and Rumble. Like, this is just getting base coats done, yeah. Yeah, so
I do like the base though. Like the
base is cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's pretty well done.
It ironically, it seems a little Star Warsy after going from the previous one.
I think, what kind of color is this? A metallic or just a grey?
I think it's just a grey. I think it's got a slight level of gloss, but you've always got to start somewhere, so. It's always good seeing those progress.
I feel like
shots.
A sandstone color would be great for that, like a ancient ruin.
All right, so next up we've got our new member, Split Shade.
Ooh,
no Razer sponsorship this time.
Yeah.
Would you like to read out?
They're all painted up and ready for the office. Personally, not happy with how the OSL came out with the eyes, but looks great under a UV light as I use fluorescent.
Interesting. So we've got another Larry on our hands.
Another Larry.
So I like how it's looking, but I'll throw to Rumble first, and then Sunny can. Oh, what's this? Holy cow! That was loud. So yeah. I'll just keep this playing. So your thoughts, Rumble?
Yeah, I really like the that saliva effect that he's got going with the mouth there. When he said for the office, I was like, oh, is he taking it into work? I could just imagine his boss coming up and go, so we've had a few complaints. You know? But then I'm like, oh, home office. Could be as well. But yeah, it's very nice.
I'm not sure I could work in an office anymore. Just
not me.
Just it's
No thanks.
It's just so strangling at times, because you'll have your office Karen and they'll just be like, yeah, what's that? Well, that's a picture of my kids, so if you could move along. But
Man.
yeah.
Your kids offend me. Where's the manager? I want to see your kids manager.
Your kids manager. Oh my god.
So your thoughts, Warren?
I think it's really cool. I really like the concept of the sculpt itself. Is that supposed to be like a monkey or a chimp skull?
I think it's meant to be sort of vampiric, maybe, or like look, I don't know, man. There's a skull in a pumpkin.
It's a Halloween.
For sure.
You can get a lot of stories out of this one. You get how people find like flies in their soup. I found a vampire skull in my pumpkin.
Oh my god.
As you do.
I think the only thing that I would consider to do to kind of, I don't know, spruce it up a little bit would be in the transitional area between the pumpkin and the skull, maybe do some like gore blood effects.
Like what he's got here, the sort of yellow that's bleeding out.
Yeah,
so have that around there. Yeah. No, that's probably a good idea. Yeah.
And then in the pumpkin itself, and some of the deeper cracks and crevices, I may have tried to do like a moss effect, since pumpkins can get like moss overgrown on them type thing.
I feel like the only thing is, I don't know how to fix it though, but I think he's right with the OSL. Like, it feels a little off, but I don't know what I'd
because it's not coming out of the mouth as well. Like it.
Oh, you know what?
It should be,
I think it's because the brightest color is not bright enough. It's too orange. It needs to have a yellow and then a white in the eye to really bring out the glow.
So like a white all the way down here.
Yeah,
and then maybe a dry brush of yellow to hit all of those bits. Yeah, possibly. But I also see why you're not having it come out of the mouth, Rumble, because there's nothing there.
The nose too, if you're going to do it that way.
No. Because what I'm saying is, like, there's literally nothing there. It's here. You see, like, that's just the desk.
No bottom, no base.
Yeah. So I guess that's why he didn't do it there. He just did it in the eyes. But yeah, I think it's a good piece. I think, like, as a desk decoration, it looks really good. And I think that there's one thing that we got to remember when it comes to a lot of these things. When it comes to all of these models that we're very precious with, and like, I'm not saying that you guys are bad. We're all like this. We've got to remember that most people will spend like 5 seconds looking at it, if that. So I think it gets the effect off. But I do think that, Warren, you were right with the goo. I think the goo would look good, and I think both Sunny and Rumble, you guys were right. Like that the effect really needs a bit more work. But we will move on. So next off, we have Joseph, and he was. Do you guys have any idea what this stuff is?
Nope.
Italian paints.
It feels
it's
as
like
if
air paint. I think like airplane paint or modeling. Airplane paint.
It always feels like Joseph has picked up something from like the 1960s from, you know, that guy from the Simpsons, you know, who's selling the cursed toys, you know. Where he,
the Frogage is also cursed. Yeah, the German Grey is also cursed.
That's what I feel like with this. Yes, the German Grey contains butoacetate. What's that? It's bad. But yeah. Oh,
the cadmium yellow has real cadmium.
Oh, no.
Well, talking about hurting yourself, it's time for Throwback Thursday, and do you guys remember this one?
Which one? Sorry.
This video.
The Elegiac Hero.
Oh, sorry.
No.
I didn't watch it.
I don't think they might be
yeah, so I really like this one. I thought this was one of our best ones, and this is what we're starting Zor Lore off with. And since you guys are both members, I think you guys have both seen the Sisters of Battle one now, haven't you?
No, because I'm a Ko-fi member.
He's a coffee member.
He's Ko-fi gang, not
Ko-fi gang, not YouTube gang.
Yeah, like we don't get those cool early videos like those other people.
Yeah, like the YouTube
you have
gang.
to spend like $2 more to get the YouTube benefits.
Yeah.
You still get the Discord though.
Yeah, Discord's still available. So
yeah, what did you think of did you see this one, Warren?
If I did, it's been a while. It doesn't look familiar.
Okay. Did you see that? You saw the Sisters of Battle one though, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you think of the Sisters one? Because it will be coming out soon.
I enjoyed it. In that I enjoy the way you guys deliver your content. But as far as like the Sisters of Battle themselves, they aren't something that I have a tremendous amount of interest in.
I just find like I just find that like they sort of epitomize how like grim dumb the setting can be at times. You're just sort of like, wait, what? No.
Man, I wish Ko-fi members had these videos.
$2 more for YouTube gang.
I really like Sisters of Battle though. Like when they first came out, they were like kind of the mustard to the ketchup of Space Marines almost.
Oh yeah, no, they definitely are. I very much.
And then people complain. Yeah, people complain about like no female Space Marines, and it's like you point in the direction of the Sisters of Battle, and it's like, look over there.
I feel like people complain is like the words to live by, especially when you're on the internet. Okay, so I will take a quick aside because we get comments. Actually, here I will bring something up while I'm I'm doing well here, guys.
Is there a commenter that's complaining about why haven't you gotten to his type of hero before?
Oh no, it's
covered the Elegiac.
No. So it was just something. It was just something dumb, but I've just put it in the Discord now, and we'll open it on the stream. So we've gotten this. We've gotten 5 million views on the WAYPN channel now.
Total of everything that we've
made.
But it's with the just people complain thing. This is something that you've always got to keep in mind, guys, because one of the videos we've got, which is a very small short, it's when should you quit, and we talk about the only reason that we could see when you should quit is when the whole community turns toxic. And this one guy's like, "Oh, you shouldn't just quit because of a group, right?" And he goes on this long rant. And I just said, "Well, we're talking about communities in particular. We're not talking about groups. We're saying that people don't usually move. You're going to be interacting with the same people." Tried to be very reasonable. And in response to all of this is, well, if you go on Tabletop Simulator, you've got the whole time zone. And it's just like...
Bruh.
I feel like You didn't listen to a word that I said. And you got to remember that some people just aren't listening. They don't care what you say.
A lot of them are not listening.
They don't care what you say. They don't care what you do. They just want to spew their opinion out. So just keep that in mind when you're dealing with the stupids. So next up, we have Larry.
Well, it's a good achievement anyway, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, like I know 2 million of them are probably from me. Like I'm wondering who the other
Spam, 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 spam the views, he say.
Alright,
Larry did some work on the bass. It's okay. Not great, but you won't see much of it when it's done. Decided to do bass work and attach the card to it so I could have a good source. Well, base for holding the car while doing weathering. Could probably stand to put some grey in the stripe while I'm working on it and more of the light brown in the large hole.
Well, I think Larry is a glutton for punishment because you remember when he did all the work on the things where it turns out we can barely see them. So, I mean...
He's going all out.
Yeah.
With more hard work.
Warren, your thoughts on the groovy bass?
I think he pulled off the asphalt look really, really well.
Rumble?
Yeah, as you said, like the road look is really cool.
Yep.
I guess the hardest part is trying to make like blemishes look random as well.
Yeah.
So it's the long one on the side probably looks a little bit out of place, but the other two look like they're well spaced and.
Yep. I'm picking up what you're putting down, and the worst part is that once we see the thing over it, it's almost completely covered.
Yeah.
So it's hard to tell. So I think he's done well. I think we'll move on.
Kid Strong finally starting on the full bust.
So this is the bust that...
But I thought he had done the...
No, so remember that the bust before had some failed prints. And so what he's done is this... Oh, no, you're right.
Remember
it
there
is
was
the one.
The leather work is all
You're
gone.
right. So here, this is the failed print one, isn't it? With the thing on the chin?
Yeah.
Or is this deliberate?
No, that is the thing from the previous post where he did the blue shirt and the thing.
Isn't there leather
work?
Wasn't there leather work?
Yes, exactly. So
I think that must be a deliberate part of the print. Well, you guys, am I crazy or is this a deliberate part of the print? I think it's deliberate.
No, it's
It looks like a bit of a chin strap almost.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Yeah.
Like maybe they've got a hat. Like maybe they've got like if it's like Asian inspired, maybe one of the.
Oh my god!
Sorry, just the way you said it, Rumble. Maybe they have a hat. People can have hats.
That's right.
Maybe it's an Asian hat.
I've worn a hat from time to time. And other people
so
can
funny.
also wear them.
Oh my good lord!
Oh gosh.
But
You should go wear a helmet, maybe.
But I think it's a good start. You know,
but what happened? I remember we talked about
I think that was a
leather.
test print and there was some errors in it, and now this is the proper print.
That doesn't seem right. That thing looked like he put a lot of work into the leather.
Yes, because he was trying out how to do leather work properly. He was doing a test. It was practice. Practice. All right, next up we've
got Mr. Penguin.
Except it's not Mr. Penguin. Dun, 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 dun.
It's Penguin's nephew, Douglas. Asked me to post this on his behalf as he is not allowed to have a Facebook account, but would like some feedback on his work. The model is a garden gnome he made with air dry clay and painted with craft paints. I think this was pretty well done. Like, it's difficult to sculpt something like this. Oh yes, Warren. Yes, sorry, Warren's turn.
I can't sculpt to save my life, so this gets an A+ in my book.
In the who Rumble?
Yeah, I think I commented on this one. It looks like
A mushroom
it
car
belongs
driver.
in like a land speeder or something, like the pilot out of that. It's in that kind of pose where it should belong in a vehicle.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
The only thing that I will say is this garden gnome has 1,000-yard stare. That's the only thing that I will say. He's like, well, back in Afghanistan when I was there, it's like, wait, what?
I think this aren't garden gnomes meant to scare off
The end of the
stuff?
rainbow is in lots of places. Sometimes it ends up in Afghanistan, and you have to do a tour of duty to get out of there.
Oh, no.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Oh.
I do remember. I've got a mate who's done tours, and he said that there were people who were doing garden gnomes in with like army stuff. So like they were half garden gnomes, like they'd have like AKs and stuff like that, and and so like they'd be half in like military uniforms. And he said that it gave him flashbacks to when he was on tour because that's exactly how they dressed. Half in like military uniform stuff, half in civilian stuff, and carrying weapons, and like it gave him genuine flashbacks. Oh, you have to laugh, otherwise you'd cry.
But yeah, this would probably take him a lot of work to do this, make this.
Yeah, no, for sure. All right, so next up, we've got somebody who has to read it out here.
Read.
How it started versus how it's going.
You're not the Warren.
Why are you meant to read your post?
How it started versus how it's going.
Thank you for that very enthusiastic reading, Mr. Warren.
Indeed.
Oh, sorry. My phone started buzzing.
So, if Rumble, if we could get your thoughts on this one.
I really like the first one. I think I mentioned like that the black, the really stark black with the really bright color would be a really interesting way to kind of paint an army. But yeah, with the more details, it definitely comes together. Very similar to the other one with the gene seed. How it doesn't have the blue wash. Did you do a blue wash on this one?
No.
No, yeah. So it doesn't have that blue that comes through like the other one, but it's still the purple's still really good.
Is it my turn?
Yes, it's your turn.
I feel like after you added the highlights, it's become like a lilac now instead of that very vibrant purple look. Not that it's bad or anything, I still like it. But you've really achieved that super shiny metallic look, which I quite enjoy.
So I feel like this is a combination of the ones that I like the best and some of your other styles. I think I like this one a lot more than your grungy look, but I do feel as if certain pieces have suffered as a result. So I really, really like the power armor. I think all of the power armor looks good.
Yeah.
I like the cloak. Right. I like pretty much anything that's on the power armor. I think that the golds come in nicely because I didn't even notice any of the highlights or anything like that, so it did its job perfectly, as Sunny said, right? The sheen lines like this, I like that one in particular, just chef's kiss. But where I feel that it's failed is the plasma here.
Yeah.
And the leather of the satchel. Not the gold of the satchel, but the leather of the satchel feels like it's more like rusted iron.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I can see how you would. Yeah.
Rather than a distressed leather. So I think like because you can see some of that same sort of thing within the power armor here. So like you couldn't have any of that if you wanted that for the look for the satchel, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's about all for my feedback. If you can run us through it a bit.
Well, I know this doesn't help for people watching, but if you guys look in the What Are You Painting channel, I just put up the most recent picture of it.
I can just open that up and I'll see it.
Okay, cool. Cool, that works.
Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh wow, look at that glow. Oh, I love the yellow. Oh yes, yellow with the purple is a complementary color, so it works.
Yeah, no, that looks a lot better. I do feel it's a bit gloss, the leather.
But I think.
So I took the pictures like 3 seconds after applying a wash to it, so that's just a wash.
Fair enough.
Yes. We all get excited sometimes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, no, like, because that covers everything that I was talking about. So yeah, I think it looks good now. Like, if this is matte once it's dried, I'm sure that like that's covered everything that I was talking about.
Huzzah!
Yeah, so I think looks good. Yeah, no, fantastic.
Thank you.
Another one.
All right. So next up, we have. Oh, someone has to read this out.
Wow, so many words. All right. These two are ready to be based.
All right, there we go. All right, so now we can take a look at them properly. All right, so here we've got. This guy feels like a little chaosy to me.
Is it because of the orange and the reds?
No, I think it's because of the asymmetric design.
Okay.
Yeah, because you also did the half face as well, the half face.
Yeah, no, because his boots don't match up.
Don't they?
No, so take a look here. So we've got one boot with like the just sort of standard thing, the other one with the big old halo.
Yeah, right.
Right, and then also take a look over here.
Yeah, shoulder pads are the same way.
Yes, so shoulder pads, we got asymmetric design as well. We got one there. I think that's why it felt a bit chaosy. I think also because of how dark he is.
Dark.
Like underneath here, we got some pretty severe transitions.
Yeah, I would say that along with the
half face.
The half face, and because it's a bit on the reddish side because it's like orange. It gives a bit of the chaos vibe, but I think it's a very lovely color choice mix of the orange and green.
What do you think, Rumble?
He's very much the chaplain of the opera. With the half face.
Oh yeah. Okay, I get it.
Damn it. I can't even see that now.
Yeah.
How many high notes can he reach, huh?
The chaplain of the opera.
I feel like it'd be more baritone.
You need the bass. Who is that? The sister of battle organs.
Oh yeah.
Go, bah, 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 bah. Okay, yeah.
How does that one go again?
I do really like the orange. That is it an orange or is it more of a brown?
I'd say it's orange.
It's orange.
Yeah,
it's orange.
Yeah, it's you don't really see many chapters in that color as well because
almost
it's not a very exciting color or bright color.
But we'll take a look at the other one, and we'll get you to go. Oh, hold up. Do you guys want to give any commentary?
I love the purple book, whatever that is.
Yeah, he's probably saying Spacebook does not allow this.
It feels even more chaosy because of the purple book, I feel.
Yeah, I guess it does. Like, because they're all secondary colors, they're not primary colors. So
Big
there's.
Bane, you gotta go buy the book. Buy book.
This one I.
So, This is a Son of Horus, yeah? Is that right?
I don't think it's a Son of Horus because it's not quite that proper teal. It's almost like a an aqua color, like a verdigris, a soft blue tone. I really like it.
I think that this technique seems very, very similar to the one you did with the purple, but I feel like it comes up so much more nicely here because of the color underneath it.
And it kind of feels like distressed jeans.
Doesn't
it not? No, like the jeans, the acid wash jeans.
Okay, I can see that.
I think you had it more with the verdigris before. I think that was more what it looks like.
Feels the color I feel is like the verdigris, but the texture felt.
And then the like edges of the shoulder pad have been buffed.
Yeah,
like it's all the one material, and then you.
Okay.
The edges.
Okay, that's an interesting way of viewing it. Like he's all that, but like they've just buffed up certain parts. That's not how I saw it, but yeah, no, that's an interesting take.
I really like this color.
I think that it looks very nice.
I want to wear it.
You want to wear it? Okay, we'll
in
go out.
Form,
we'll go out and get some distressed Horisian jeans.
Horisian jeans. Sounds cool, man.
Well, look for some Horisian jean seed.
A Horisian jeans.
We'll just ask Avedon. I'm sure that he's got some lying around.
The duds of Horus.
Did he say the duds of Horus?
Yes, the duds of Horus.
Oh my god.
But yeah, we'll just ask some gene stealers for help.
Nah, mate.
Alright, we better move on. I'm the worst.
Yes. Well, shall we be continuing on?
Yes, so...
see this? Yes. Kit strong. A bit more work on the smith. Need to pick out hair color, then do my best not to ruin it, doing the eyes and eyebrows. See. They've got the shirt and the leather. How did this happen?
I don't know. People worked on it. What do you mean?
How the other post did not show this. I'm confused. Okay. Well,
why don't you throw to somebody else?
Yes, RJ, do the thing.
All right. So far, I really like it. The leather work is looking phenomenal. I even like the shirt, the undershirt colors. It just, I don't know, it's a really nice, subtle color. His skin tone work is really, really nice. I would say, if anything, I think something that a lot of people that have kind of a missed opportunity with this sculpt, or any sculpt of someone that's doing like the hot metal working. I forget what that's called right now off the top of my head.
Blacksmithing?
Forging.
Okay, yeah.
So I feel like when someone's forging like that, you're in front of red hot heat all day. I feel like giving them awkward tan lines in some areas, or make their nose or cheeks look like they've got a little bit more sun or something.
Like a roast chicken.
Right. That because if you don't wear a mask or you don't wear long sleeves and whatnot, you will get sunburns essentially. So I think that's one of those realistic things that get overlooked in those type of paint ups.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like she probably would have more freckling, like soot around the face or something.
I'm not sure if you get freckling from heat like that. I think you get
specifically UV rays.
Yeah, I do believe so.
Or even more like a soot kind of
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
On the face.
But I think we're going to see this progress quite a bit. Do you have any thoughts on this one, Rumble, with this update?
Still no hat confirmed.
Yeah, no.
But apart from that,
yeah. It's either a very, very strong chin or perhaps the print fails.
Optimus Prime. Oh.
All right. And now we have the grand experiment. Now, someone has to read out their thing.
Oh man, so many words. All right, testing out the new Villainy inks. Now I can't read.
Oh. Numeric dyslexia.
Oh, no, sorry, because I went to the pictures, sorry.
Oh, okay. I thought it's because...
First 5 picks is of the stuff slopped on. The second set of 5 picks is the initial removal pass.
So, do you just want to basically tell the story of your experiment, and then we'll go to the next post?
Sure. So, the Villainy inks come in a set of 7, and 2 of them are special effects. So they have like a grit and texture in them. So I just use the 5 standard colors that don't have any of the special effects stuff. And I just picked 4 random models to test out each of them, just to see how they go over different colors and whatnot. And yeah, of the 5 I tried, 3 of them I thought were really good. The black, the Goons Grime, and then the Sector Rust, I believe. Those were my 3 favorite as far as just a, sloppy.
Overall?
Yeah. The Aquila Green and
Death Decay?
The Decay of Death. Yeah, that one. Those 2 are just so thin that you just don't really see too much of them as far as like over general colors. But I do think that used in the right situation, that they definitely will have their place and uses.
And so there was something that I asked you about in the Discord, and I'd like you to sort of comment on it here, because I think it's the most important part of oils, which people don't talk about enough, in my opinion, which is the smells. You said that this didn't smell at all.
So I did kind of speak a little prematurely.
Okay.
So initially there was next to no smell. But by the end of doing all of these, it definitely did start to build up a little bit of a smell. That said, I slathered on enamels on 20 guys.
Yeah.
And, I feel like the amount of oil paint I would have used for that would have stinked to, high heaven.
Yeah.
So comparatively, tremendously less smell than your normal stuff.
Because
so yeah,
one of the things I remember listening to the guy talking about producing this, he said one of the things that he commented on is he really dislikes a lot of the quote unquote artist grade inks because they're just industrial, and essentially he's working with food grade whatever the oil is within it. I couldn't tell you what it is. I can't confirm or deny anything, but I think the fact that you said, it didn't have a smell initially, and only after doing 20 guys absolutely slathering them, and like we can see how slathered they are here. It was not as if you were not conservative at all with your
no, not in the slightest.
So I think that's really good to hear, and I really like hearing reviews from other people, because I don't know about you guys. Rumble, feel free to comment on this one, but I feel like one of the biggest problems we have in our modern day is we're spoiled for choice, but we don't know if anything is any good. So, like, we've got all these choices. We're just like, okay.
You can also, it makes you feel like you need to get them, sort of thing. Because...
Yeah, but it also feels like, am I gonna throw away $100 note?
Yeah.
Like, because I don't know about you guys, but we can't do that at the moment. And
here's how I feel about whenever I see paint sets. I'm like, oh, I have to get the big one. I have to get the one that has every color.
And then you're like, but what
And then
are
I'm
you
like,
using?
oh no, I don't want to spend like $600. I won't get any.
Yeah, well, like that's how I felt about the what are they called? Army painter ones, because people are like, oh, you could get the whole collection, and I'm like, let's try like 7.
Yeah.
Like 3 colors, black and white, and 2 flesh tones.
Plus, like, we've got the entire Citadel range.
Yeah,
currently.
like I think they've come out with new paints since we've gotten it. But yeah, like, and we seem to come back to the same colors all the time.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate thing.
And they're not all Citadel. Like, a lot of them are scale 75. But we'll move on from that. Thank you very much for the review, Warren, because that really does mean a lot. And now we've got Discount Diva.
We've got Andy. Been a bit of a meh week, but managed to do some painting this evening. I've made a start on this bust by Big Child Creative, also the same people that make the Atom paint. Everything will need to be pushed further. I want to push things into a neon effect in places, but starting with base coats for now. I need to make the skin smoother, I think, but I have at least got over the initial hurdle of applying paint to resin, so that's a start.
Who's up first now? Is it Rumble or is it Warren?
The Rumble first.
Okay. Your thoughts?
I actually like the way the skin looks. It's a mix between like a zombie and a hologram. That's kind of how I see it.
Yeah, because of those blue
undertones. Yeah, the blue undertones kind of makes it very hologramic. The purple's good. I'd say I'm not sure if like when he pushes it, like how it's going to go with the blue of the jacket. Because I can see they're looking at bringing in some green as well. So I guess it's a work in progress.
Yeah, it is a work in progress. He has said as much. So Warren, your thoughts?
Well, the hardest part is showing up. So congratulations for getting paint on resin. I think it looks really good so far, and I do agree that the blue undertones are definitely giving it a holographic type of feel to it. Yeah, I think this will definitely be a piece to keep an eye on. It definitely has a lot of potential.
Well, it just reminds me of Diva so much. Like,
oh yeah, from the Overwatch.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes. I think it's got a good base, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so next up we have
Jose.
And I do believe he's just putting some base colors down. If he is, we'll just move along with this one. But read out.
Okay, my plans for the weekend have fallen through, and now I'm going to have to spend the weekend painting. Such a shame. Cheers, in introvert. Fenra and her Knowles for God tier are coming along. I fixed the reactivating gray with a gently airbrush coat of my Vanish. He may just look gray, but I assure you there are blacks, blues, and ivory involved. He lacks room for a spot of color I can carry over to tie him to the Knolls, though. Unless I make their swords of that purple crystal, think it'll work and look okay using the same dry brushing method I used here.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it comes along. I think definitely those runes coming up with some sort of glow effect would be really good. But we will move on to John Gass, and we've got some more works in progress.
Ooh, look at this. John Gass. First attempt at a camo cloak. I'm hoping to build a competition piece around Gaunt's ghosts and need to nail the cloaks. So any constructive feedback will be super helpful. I added a picture of the second cloak before I added the dusty glaze.
So I really feel like with these, so Creative Man just says, I wanted to pick up some villainy ink after, hearing your guys' feedback. But Warren, I'll just ask your thoughts on the cloak, throw to Rumble, and then we'll move on, eh?
I don't get where the camouflage is coming in. If it's supposed to be the brown bits, because the brown is coming off as like mud or dirt, or like he's been, hiding in the brush and whatnot. So I mean, he definitely looks like he's been hiding, but nothing about the color scheme or the way things are set up give off camouflage.
Okay, all right, yeah. I think that's very good feedback because he says that he wants this to be a good competition piece. So I think we've got to be pretty harsh at this point. Rumble, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'd agree with that, but I do really like the effect that the brown is having, the modeling through the cloak.
Yeah.
And it is kind of a slightly different take on how most people would probably do camo. They'd probably do like big squiggly shapes all over the place, whereas probably trying to go for more a natural look.
Okay, so taking on what both of you have said, let me know if you think this sounds like a way to go. So if he pushed this mottling effect, maybe twice to 3 times as much, do you think that it would fit a lot more?
Potentially. As I said, I do like the way that it is modeled at the moment, even if it isn't like true camouflage. It does have a nice effect.
Warren?
So I feel like if this is just for like a fun diorama, and then maybe that type of camouflage would make sense in like a storytelling way. But as far as like a standalone competition piece, I don't think that's gonna relay that to the judges that it's supposed to be camouflage as much as it's gonna potentially come off as being, a cloak that has just gone through the ringer.
Yeah, well, Sunny's nodding along a lot, so we'll, your thoughts?
Yeah, I was thinking the same in the sense that, one, I think making the mottling effect more intense could actually make it look more like a camouflage, like modern day camouflage is no longer that squiggly shape.
There is a lot of squiggly shapes with it.
No, if you see the army uniforms these days, they're more like sort of pixel-like shapes.
Well, it'll depend on who it is and all of that sort of thing. John can tell us. Penguin can tell us.
Yeah, so it could work if he pushes the mottled effect, but at the same time, I'd like to see a reference picture for what he's working, like referencing to create this look. And 3, if it's lots of the times when we have reviewed Penguin's stuff, we have seen the camo patterns that he uses,
but they are World War II patterns.
I understand, but then it's like that doesn't look like legit stuff. And then he shows us a picture and it's like, oh, I guess they did use it that way. And I feel like in a competition setting, judges might not be as well versed in like different type of camos and whatnot. And they're looking for what reads the most obvious to them.
See, this is the big thing. I think when it comes to competitions, learn who the judges are and what they like.
Yeah.
Much more than anything else, because we've had other people come in here and like, who was it who pushed the colors just over the top? It was they were doing the dwarf thing.
But the genuine vision, I think.
No, not genuine vision. He hasn't posted in ages now.
No, Alex does competitions.
It was Gorilla with a brush, but I've forgotten his actual name. But yeah, so the.
Oh yeah, I remember that user.
Yeah, no, that was not the username. They use their real name.
I don't remember the name.
But anyway, like the thing is, like he went almost opposite colors, for like shadows. So like it would be, for example, green, like green on one side with the colors and purple shadows, sort of thing. But that's because that's what the judges of that area liked. All right, so next up, we have Larry.
Well, Larry gave a shot at free-handing the eyes. Not great, could be a lot worse. So if I keep at it, I should get better. Tried some of the color on the mane and tail to see how my choices look. Got paint on my hand without knowing it and got on the figure. I probably going to reprime the tail and mane white to keep the colors vibrant, as well as redo some of the spots I couldn't remove. But should I keep the freehand eyes or use the included decals? Oh, they've got included decals.
I think that the eyes look good. What do you guys think?
I'm not upset with the eyes at all. I think they're pretty good. You could round out that other eye.
Front on it's a little bit, yeah, as you were saying. The front on it looks a little bit lopsided, but either way, it looks fine on the sides.
Warren, you were saying?
I think if you're looking straight on at it, the left eye looks damn near perfect. The right eye, the right eye's a little wonky up in the top corner.
Yeah, the eye.
No, I think he's saying. Oh, okay. So, because some of the times you're saying you're right or the other one.
No, okay, for sure, it's confusing.
Yeah, no. It's all good. It's all good. So I thought you were talking about the models, right? Because I always get that problem with the shoulder pads of the Space Marines, because they're like the right shoulder pad, and we're always looking at them front on. So anyway, but yeah, no, I think that. Yeah, I'd agree with you guys. This eye is perfect. I'm not saying that this eye is bad, but this eye is perfect.
That eye is the bad eye.
This one?
Yes, because look, it's not rounded.
It's got a little concave,
Yeah, the other eye is good.
I like this one.
No, that eye is wrong. It needs to be rounded out.
You're wrong. She's shaking her
head. I think we're all voting for the left.
Well, for the other eye.
But yeah, that would be very frustrating to me, getting the little bit of paint on. But I think it looks pretty spot on, man. And it looks like we're finishing off with moi.
Is it you?
It is me.
That's not you.
Oh, I see. Somebody else's.
That's also not you.
There's people who have posted in between.
There's UC.
Traitors. Okay. Traitors.
Okay, your turn.
Traitors to the cause. All right. A mysterious whip. Almost done. 9 more to go. He needs the other side of his gun bit, that thing right there, to be done. Perhaps we will find out about this on Tuesday. He's trying to sound mysterious, but it's just a lack of progress in his projects. So here he is. This is going to be for hopefully the Tuesday video, and the missing Tau unit, and so yeah, let's hear your guys' thoughts. I'll throw to you, Warren, first.
So right off the bat, it reminds me of Deadpool.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Because black and red.
Yes.
Oh
yes.
Right, of course, yeah.
Which, I mean, I like Deadpool, so that's a good thing to me. But I think that doing the clear into not clear, I think that's really cool. I'm guessing you're going for like a going invisible type of effect.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, then yeah, super cool. I really, really like that concept.
Rumble, your thoughts?
I think you've done a really good job on the transparency. You know, not many people can paint clear models.
Thank you. Thank you.
As for the other bits, I didn't get Deadpool straight away. I can kind of see the purple hand really stands out, actually. So yeah, I'm just thinking of like, you know, I'm trying to like think of what they could be if they're not Tau.
Oh,
like as in the race Tau.
They're Tau. So Tau, apparently with their colors, they range from like teal, light blue, dark blue, to purples. So
Okay.
I'm trying to like include some purples with the other ones, just like to give some color variety. More than anything else.
I did look into Tau when they first came about, but I didn't really get too into them.
Yeah.
They seem like a cool faction, but they, from what people are saying, they just don't play well, even though I don't play the game that often.
Yeah, I know. It's funny how that can turn you off. So I'll give you guys a quick preview on what the Tuesday video should be, if we manage to get there. What it should be is you guys know our design versus law. It's almost a design versus law mini. We're talking about the Tau and their implied missing unit. So we've got all of these various army elements, right? We've got the Kroot, which are obviously mercenaries, Vespers go with that. And then we've got the Scout people, which is Pathfinders, their little bike thingy, and a couple of others. We've got their sort of artillery forces. But when it comes to their stealth forces, we've got the Tau stealth battle suits, and we've got the Ghost Keel. But we don't have any infantry. And so it seems very strange that if you're going to have a stealth force, that you don't have any stealth infantry, because usually the reason that you have a stealth force is because you want to get into some sort of facility and sabotage it somehow. And I don't know about you guys, but giant old mecha don't seem to be the stealthiest thing in the world. So this is sort of our implied missing unit. And yes.
I can just imagine that, like, you hear this, and they're like, "Where's that sound coming from?"
Oh my good lord!
They see like the door cave in, and it's like, you know,
a truly stealthy warrior. I am here to stealth.
Maybe with the Tau though, like maybe the stealth machines, like the machines that turn people invisible, maybe they're quite large. So they can't be run on an infantry or...
Well, yeah, so the whole idea I had was Anvil Industries made up this sort of pack where it's the torso with the hexagons and all of that sort of thing, and I cut off some Tau legs, which I got from somewhere. Who knows? I don't know where I don't know where I got it.
Tau legs.
I don't know where I got it from. Games Workshop. From nowhere. But Sunny has sent me things, and I'm not being held at knife point, guys. Just so you know, I am not being held at knife point, and she wants me to show the idea that she had with the hexagons.
Let other people say first.
Okay, all right.
I have to prepare.
Other people say things first, please.
I have to prepare.
I am fine and safe.
Honey.
There is
paint
on this miniature.
Could get in serious trouble.
I really like the close-up of the back right there. That looks really cool.
So that's Sunny's effect that she's putting on, that she thinks that should be free-handed onto the thing. And I'm like,
the transitioning from painted to clear with the effect over it, that looks really sharp.
Yeah, so Sunny just did that up in Photoshop right now.
I just did it concept. Anyhow. Just pretend they're hexagon shapes, okay? That's
okay.
That's all I'm trying to go for. But that was the idea I was giving to Karl. 1 second, I'll send the other one through just to give an idea from another angle. Okay,
and once again, I am fine and safe. You don't have to worry about me. Okay,
don't worry, we won't.
Thrown under the bust once more.
Brother, bring the knife, please.
Yes.
Is that class as like bringing drinks?
Oh my god.
No, you've already gotten the drinks on the bingo. The knife isn't there.
The knifey spoony, eh?
Yes.
I like to play this game, Simpson. But yeah, so I thought the way that Cal did it was great. I just felt that the transition line felt harsh. Like it made the model feel quite incomplete. So my idea originally was that we do everything that he's already done. I just go in, or like he just goes in with a white ink.
You can go in.
You can do it. I can do it. Doesn't matter. Somebody does it. And then we just go with the white ink, in and sort of just partially highlight some parts of the hexagon recesses to show like it's it's transitioning. Sort of thing, like the bloop bloop effect.
The bloop for loop.
The bloop bloop effect. And then maybe some parts on the actual armor that's already transitioned could have that sort of, it's the glow of the hexagons. It's like kind of patching together. It's becoming opaque sort of thing. I would freehand some hexagon shapes just to create something like that to make it feel more cohesive.
All right, so next up we've got Alex.
Oh, aren't you gonna ask them what they think?
Okay, what do you guys think of
Sonny.
this concept?
Sonny has made a good point. Yeah, putting all those little things. Run, cow, run.
Oh, the chair.
No, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Do you think?
I do like the effect coming through.
Do you think it works even without my update?
So
yeah, it still works.
Okay.
It's very like the border's more stark, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
There's not really the tying in together that the Photoshop that Sunny's done has, but it still does kind of break it up, and you can see the effect on the actual non photoshopped.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you go back to that other one that was, if you zoom in a little bit, like you can still see it. As I said, it's not, it doesn't like not sell the effect, I'll say.
Okay, cool. All good. All right. We can move on to the next.
All right, so next up we've got Alex.
Oh wow, Squeak Boy. Completely ran out of time to finish this. The Iron Signet is tomorrow. To be honest, I built it up to be a great, big, nasty, unmovable object in my mind, and so I avoided it for months. I'll have it ready for next year, maybe. Instead, I will enter these 3 models, trying to manage my expectations, but hopefully to place at least bronze on at least one of these. I'll be happy with that. Alright, Rumbo, would you like to go first?
Yeah, well, entering a painting competition with grey models is pretty bold.
Yeah.
No,
what are you doing?
But no, I do like the blue of that.
Oh,
that
I'll go back to the squig.
Yeah, and the teeth are done really well as well. You don't normally see. It's very horn-like, and you don't normally see the teeth in that kind of. It's either like a really yellow or really bright white. It's a very nice kind of like
cream
muted down, which works well with the like vibrant colors of everything else.
Yeah, I would say so. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, that guy isn't painted yet, so we'll. And some other guys. What about this fella?
There's a lot of detail in this one. Like the colors do kind of pop. The bit that I'm kind of drawn to is probably the hind leg of that animal.
This one?
That's kind of where my point of interest goes, actually.
Yeah. Is it because
and
of
the spear as well? The top. No, just the brightness of that area. I think the face is not very well defined. It's very detailed. So the pop of color draws me towards there and to the bone kind of spear as well. The top of the bone spear.
Fair enough. Okay. Let's see what other. We've got another side. Yeah, I feel this photograph is a bit more on the flash photography side, which is overexposing some of the usual details that we do enjoy from Alex's work. What are you? Let's see. Oh, yeah. Ooh, look who it is. It's the lion. And what do we think of Mr. Lion?
Well, I'm guessing he's showing some of the other stuff that he's considering putting into the competition.
Yeah.
I think that this one is probably technically the best of all of them. I think, like, even though this might look impressive, I think from a technical standpoint, this is much better. I really like this guy, the way that he looks and everything. So I'll see. Well, you know, I think entering this guy is definitely a choice.
That's what Rob
There's another guy
said.
on the squig as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, I
back.
did not see that guy. Yeah, no, I only
Yes.
saw the guy that's running. But I really like this piece. This is one of the first pieces that he ever showed here.
Showed us, yeah.
And it was entered into some competition. I'm not sure if it's the same one.
I think he did place in that competition.
Yeah, because this one looks really nice, but this is the piece I think of when I think of Alex.
Yeah.
Because the spider webbing with that crack, that is, and like these cracks down here, it's just so well done, and I'd really like to see him enter it, because I think that Alex, Justin, and Brushstroke really pushed one another.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, like, that's what I'd like to see him enter if he's going to enter anything.
There are a lot of like, the point of interest is on the face, which is what you kind of want in a character model. But there is also a little bit of pulling towards the storm bolter as well.
Yeah, I think, like, obviously each of them have their features, but actually I'll throw it to Warren, because Warren, you're pretty good when it comes to the technical side of painting. If you were to enter any of these three, so the lion, the witch,
and the wardrobe,
I was going to say, and the audacity of this
Terminator.
Yeah. Which one would you enter if these were yours? You can only choose one.
The guy riding the creature.
The guy riding the creature? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah.
The colors, tones, and textures on that thing are just crazy. If I were judging, I think I would take your what you're saying, the Terminator. That's just, it's battle damaged, but yet still so cleanly done at the same time. Like, I feel like if I were judging, this one, it looks like it would be harder to find something wrong with it, whereas the other guy, as much as I do prefer it personally, I bet I could find more with that could be corrected or pushed better, whereas the other one, I don't know what you would really do to push that better.
Yeah, so Alex is saying he's going to enter three pieces: the lion, the orc, and the Terminator.
Yeah.
I think these are good options.
I think he has three good chances to take something home.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I think that the lion is probably going to have the least chance, not because, like, I think that it's done fine and everything, but when I compare it to these other two, it's almost not a comparison. It's like this.
Yeah, the lion is the weakest.
Yeah, like, this is absolutely beautiful, and this is by far my favorite.
I think also because there's lots more to appreciate on the Terminator, because there's less elements going on. Yeah, and you can really focus in on every small part and really, drink it in and really appreciate every piece of work that's been done on it.
Yeah.
But the other two is if they're very detailed models.
Yeah.
It's harder for the eye to pick up on certain things.
Yeah.
And that note, I feel the Terminator will also go through more scrutiny because of that.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I wonder if with Lionel Johnson, I wonder if the base isn't quite finished yet, because he is very dark, and then he's on a dark base as well. So those two helpers at the front kind of like point, like they kind of pop a bit more than he does. He kind of fades a little bit into the background with his dark armor.
I can see that.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I certainly wouldn't be doing any editing at this stage, but I think we'll call it for there, because I think we've said that all we can, and hopefully this will, give Alex a bit of a shield for when he's coming into the competition, because when it comes to competitions, I don't know about you guys, but I always sort of wear my heart on my sleeve. I think that's just the kind of person that I am. I try and avoid being like that, but it does sort of like when things don't go your way, you're sort of like,
Yeah. They are pieces that were a lot of effort have been put into them. And like our recent GW news video
yes,
on the Golden Demons.
Apparently we're it's an opinion piece, not a news piece, according to the comments once again.
Whatever. Anyway, and we've have we seen these other pictures from Warren yet?
We have, but not this picture because he showed them in the
Discord,
and then we brought them up. Oh, okay. We've got.
What's this?
This is Warren's.
The camouflage. Yeah. See, I thought the mottled look would create something that looked like, it's something like that.
We've got all sorts of camouflage here.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, we'll go back to Warren's piece. So I think pretty much everything I said with it before, except one extra bit here, which is, I think this is too blue. It's too bright compared to everything else. Has it not been weathered yet, Warren?
So no, I did all the weathering, and now I'm painting the details. I'll have to go back and weather the details to match.
Yeah, because I look at that, and he's like,
yeah,
really sort of beaten up, and then he's like, but I cleaned my sword case.
Look, my sheath is beautiful.
It's like
the things that matter.
Yeah. I think we've already covered all the things that we would have updated on this model, and you've already done that. So I think everything's perfect. Just the weathering for the sword sheath, and then we're good to go.
All right. Well, if that's the case, what I will do is I will open up something, and we will cruise on out of here with that note. So let me hold up. I will open these ones up and we will. Oh, you did it in a square rather than the.
Yeah, I always crop it to square in the end.
No, you don't. So.
Yeah, I do. All the pictures are square now.
All right, fair enough. So I'll take down the chat, and we'll just have a little convo to end it out. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. It is always a lot better when we have guests with us.
Larry's on the show.
Okay, all right, that's fine. But yeah, it really does help make the time fly, because when it's just us, we feel a bit like crazy people, because you're talking to the internet. You're not really
engaging.
Yeah. But the moment that you have somebody there, it feels so much more different. So thank you so much for joining us. Rumble, Warren, is there anything that you guys would like to talk about within the hobby which you feel isn't being talked about?
Not on a grand scale. On a personal scale, I just found out that the 1st through the 3rd next month, there's going to be a local competition near me.
Nice. You going to enter?
So I am going to enter.
Hooray!
Are you going to show 100 different types of Space Marines that you painted?
Yeah, that's going to be my squad entry.
Oh, so you're going to show like all the different styles?
No. I was just being a smartass with that.
Oh, okay. All right. I understand.
No, I have no idea what I'll bring for. There's 6 categories. Of the 6, I have interest in 5, so I'll figure out 5 things to bring.
Wow. I think you could definitely pull it off, because considering how many you do.
If there's an open category, I really think you should enter the Golem and the Child piece.
Oh yeah.
That.
Ooh, okay.
The sentimental one that you made.
Yeah, because I think that's amazing.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So Rumble, anything that you'd like to talk about?
Not at the moment, no.
Oh.
As I said, I've only really started painting again. It's been a long time since I've done. I like to think of myself as the Jackson Pollock of miniature painting.
Just
okay. Throwing the paint on the miniature. I hope to, someday enter a competition. Have a bit more smooth paintings and stuff. Yeah, I'll help you.
Kids.
Yeah, my son's playing a video game, so.
Oh, okay. Yes, it's very important. Very important video game.
Dad, look, I did the thing.
I no longer have video games anymore. The Xbox got killed, so maybe that's why my productivity is down.
On my Xbox actually is pretty dead. It's like this to the left, and I'm like, I can't be bothered fixing it.
Oh no, we had a short, so it fried it. So it's dead. But yeah, so I guess what I'd like to talk about, because it's a bit personal to me, is just remember that this is meant to be your hobby, right? Now, I know a lot of people let laziness get to them and they just won't put brush to model. But also, don't put too much pressure on yourself. Like Alex was explaining earlier, he let this project grow and grow in his mind. And that's very much where I am at the moment. I feel a lot of pressure at the moment, and the reason for that is, I guess I'm Santa's elf for some people. Because I'm making the toys, so to speak. And try not to put too much pressure on yourself. Like, put pressure on, sure. You got to finish this project by blah, blah. But don't let things grow in your imagination. And I guess...
Exactly.
Yeah, and I guess that's all I've got to say on that one. So... thank you so much for joining us, everyone. We hope that you guys have a fantastic weekend, and we will see you all later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Wait, you didn't say
Keep those paint sticks moist.
Oh, yeah. Right. Sorry. All right. Here we go.
Everybody say it together, okay?
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Keep those brushes wet.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.